Good afternoon, my name is Richard. This is Over and Over and Over Again, and this is the first of two big watch-alongs today for Arsenal. This is the men, of course. First up today, kick-off is at 4:30. It is, of course, the game against Leicester at the Emirates. It is going to be a big game for Arsenal, a difficult game, as we know, a really important game. A win, of course, will take us back into the top four. All the action's coming up the other side of this. So, Arsenal versus Leicester then at the Emirates today. First, a really important game for Arsenal. Of course, on a good run. We've won our last 4 games in the Premier League. And a 5th win in a row today will put us back into the top 4, of course, following Manchester United's victory yesterday over Spurs. Of course, we will still have games in hand. So, this is your starting lineups for today's game then. So, for Arsenal, again, we are unchanged from the win at Watford last weekend. So Aaron Ramsdale's in goal. Back for Cedric Suarez, Ben White, Gabriel and Kieran Tierney. In midfield, Thomas Partey and Granit Xhaka, with Martin Odegaard in the role just ahead of them. The sort of number 10 role isn't really a number 10 in the true sense, is it? And then the front three today, Bukayo Saka, Alexander Lacazette and Gabriel Martinelli. So that is our Arsenal lineup. On the bench for Arsenal today, Bernd Leno. Then we've got defenders Rob Holding and Nuno Tavares. In midfielders, we've got Mohamed Elneny, Sambi Lokonga. We've got Emil Smith-Rowe as well, Nicolas Pepe, Eddie Nketiah, of course, the young Swanson as well, is on the bench today for Arsenal. So for Leicester, this is our Leicester lineup. Kasper Schmeichel in goal, of course. They're back for Ricardo Pereira, Daniel Amati, Kagala Söyüncü, and Luke Thomas is there back for. In midfield, James Maddison's back for them. They've got Nemplays Mendy and Kiernan Dewsbury Hall. And then the three up front, Mark Albrighton, Kelechi Iheanacho and Harvey Barnes. So that is the Leicester team. On the bench for them, they've got the goalkeeper, Eldin Jakupovic. They've got James Justin, Yannick Vestergaard, Hamza Chowdhury, Wilfred Ndidi, Yuri Tielemans, Ademola Lookman, Iose Perez and Patson Dakar. So they are your team lineups for this game today. Arsenal versus Leicester here at the Emirates Stadium. It is going to be a big game, a good game. I'm sure it will be. Exciting game between these two sides. Leicester, of course, last season did win this fixture 1-0, didn't they? Their first victory at away at Arsenal since the early 1970s. That was, of course, a goal from Jamie Vardy, who, as we know, isn't fit, of course, for today's game, which is good news. He does tend to score against us on a regular basis. We did, of course, win the reverse fixture, didn't we, at the King Power earlier in the season, 2-0. That was, of course, a really good Arsenal performance that day, wasn't it? If you'll recall that, a really good performance that was from Arsenal. So, yeah, we're looking forward to this game today. It is, I say, a massively important game, isn't it? Because after Manchester United won, we've got the opportunity to get back into the top 4. And, of course, we will still have those games in hand. It's a big week, isn't it, for Arsenal? We have got some big games coming up, of course, Liverpool on Wednesday and then Aston Villa away next Saturday lunchtime as well. So it's a big week. 9 points in this next week would be massive, wouldn't it? Not that it's going to be easy. We know exactly how difficult the Liverpool game will be. And we know how difficult this game will be as well. Let's be honest. Leicester are a good team. They're on a good run of form at the moment. They've won their last 4 games, including, of course, in Europe on Thursday in the Conference League. Excuse me. So, yeah, it's going to be a big game. It's going to be a massively important game for Arsenal. But I'm confident that we can win and keep that pressure on for the top 4, which is going to be fantastic. So, let's see what happens here. I'm sure it is going to be a good game. We do look forward to that as well. And, of course, after this, we will be switching to the other stream and covering the Arsenal women, a big game for them as well, away at Brighton, of course, following Chelsea women's victory earlier on today, an injury time goal against Aston Villa. So close wasn't a Villa to getting doing us a favour and getting us a point. But anyway, not to worry. We'll have to try and win the league on our own. We need somebody to help us out in the WSL. Well, let's hope Arsenal women do the job today. But that'll all be coming up after this game. 6:30 will be going live onto that stream for that one. So please join me for that. That's going to be really good as well. So yeah, we're building up to the kickoff now. Of course, this really big game, of course, for Arsenal today. And I say, unchanged team again. Smith Rowe is back on the bench. I'm sure he'll come on and play a part later. He's of course our top scorer. A number of those goals have come actually off the bench as well, haven't they, this season? So we know what he can bring us, what he can bring to the team coming on later on in the game. So we look forward to seeing what he can do later. But obviously, for the time being, it's about the starting 11 again. It's a good starting 11, as we know. Seems to have a good balance at the moment, doesn't it? Defensively, we're fairly solid. I know last week we conceded those 2 goals. A bit disappointing, the goals that we conceded, especially the second one. But overall, we have been pretty solid defensively now with this new defence that we've got this season, of course, with Aaron Ramsdale, brilliant form, and White and Gabriel forming a really good partnership just in front of him. I do think the shape of the midfield helped as well. Partey just sitting in front, Xhaka maybe moving to the left, Ødegaard to the right slightly. It's a different kind of midfield formation, isn't it? Almost like a diamond, I suppose, isn't it, in a lot of ways. But the key has been Lacazette, actually. I know he's not scoring enough goals, but maybe his role in the team has been quite key, hasn't it, to how we've been playing. He's got a lot of assists, hasn't he, in recent games. 2, of course, last week as well. Important assists they were as well. So he's bringing a lot to the team, even though he's not scoring the goals. And that's something that we really need to, if we can get him scoring a few more goals as well, then that's going to complete his complete role in the team, isn't it? Of course. But we'll see what happens. I mean, he may well get a goal today. But so we know it's going to be a tough game, isn't it? Leicester have been a difficult opponent for us, certainly in home games. The last couple of years, we haven't actually beaten them at home since, when was it? Be a couple of 2 or 3 seasons ago now, wasn't it? Because of the COVID season, we drew 1-1. Last season, of course, we lost 1-0. So it'll be, in fact, it was at a Mesut Ozil game, I think, wasn't it? The last time we beat Leicester at the Emirates. Of course, the Mesut Ozil game that no one wants to speak about anymore. But yeah, that was the last time we beat Leicester at the Emirates. So, that was a great performance that night. Let's hope for something similar today. But the most important thing is going to be winning this game, isn't it? It doesn't matter too much about the performance necessarily. Of course, it'd be nice to put in a great performance as well, wouldn't it? Especially with some of the big games that we've got coming up. But anyway, at the end of the day, we can only go off what's in front of us, and we need to win this game, and that's the most important thing. The 3 points are what matters. The other results then that are in: Everton lost at home again. They lost 1-0 to Wolves. Leeds came back to beat Norwich 2-1. It was 1-1 last I heard of that one. Watford won away at Southampton. A good result for them. Southampton may be losing a little bit of momentum in recent games. West Ham won as well. They beat Aston Villa 2-1. Chelsea got that late goal against Newcastle to win 1-0. So, it's put the pressure on us, hasn't it, to win. We do need to win this game if we are going to keep ourselves in that race, put ourselves in prime position for that race for the top 4. Of course, a win today would actually put us back into the top 4, of course, after Manchester United overtook us yesterday with that win over Spurs. Difficult game to watch. I didn't actually watch it live. When you want both teams to lose, it's quite tricky, isn't it? And that was how I felt about that game. But anyway, ultimately, Man United did win that, of course, that hat-trick from Cristiano Ronaldo. So it's put us a little bit of pressure on us, hasn't it, actually, now for today, for this game. We really do need to, we've got to win, quite as simple as that. There's no excuses. We have to win this game. And if we do, we will be back in the top 4 and then, give us a little bit of a cushion ahead of this big week. It's a big week for us, isn't it? These 3 games in 6 days between now and next Saturday lunchtime, where 9 points from these 3 games would be fantastic, wouldn't it? And would put us in with we'd be in prime position, wouldn't we, for that 4th place, possibly even 3rd. Although Chelsea, of course, did get that late goal today, but we don't know what's going on with Chelsea yet, do we? All this stuff that's going on with them at the moment off the pitch with the owner and stuff like that. We don't know what difference that's going to make to Chelsea for the rest of the season, so we'll have to see. But ultimately, all we want to worry about is winning as many games as we can and hopefully sealing that place in the top 4, which would be massive for the club, wouldn't it, going forward with the money and stuff like that. We've got a comment in the chat there from Christopher. He says, do you know when we've got the scum? Not yet. I don't think they've decided it yet. I've got a feeling it's going to end up being right at the end of the season, probably, isn't it? It's probably going to be a Thursday night, right at the end of the season, maybe. We'll see. There's no actual date for that yet. They've not even actually confirmed the date for the Manchester United game either. They haven't sort of done the TV fixtures for later in the season yet. So we'll have to see what happens. But I'm sure that's going to be, they'll try to make some big drama out of it, put it near the end of the season. Hopefully it's going to be, they'll want it to be the top 4 shootout match, won't they? So that's what they'll try and get it as. But we'll see what happens with that. Actually, West Ham have gone above us as well on goal scored today. But we do have 4 games in hand on them and Manchester United. The first of those games is, of course, today now. So it's so important that we win. That would put us on to 51 points from 26 games, which would be 1 point above both Manchester United and West Ham. And I say we would still have 3 games in hand. 2 of them games, of course, these next week are going to be difficult games, as we know. Leicester are currently 12th in the league, actually. A disappointing season for them, hasn't it? It's been a really disappointing season. The teams are coming out now at the Emirates. Arsenal, of course, in their traditional red shirts. We've got the white shorts on this week. Of course, last week, a little bit of controversy over the red shorts, which for a one-off game, I thought looked quite smart. But obviously, long-term, we need to have white shorts because that's our traditional colours. It always has been. And as far as I'm concerned, always it should be as well. But we are coming out with a different sort of tracksuit top as well. It's more of a purpley red with a black trim. Leicester are going to be in their away colours today as we get prepared for this really, really big Premier League game. Russ is in the chat. How you doing, mate? Good to see you again. Hope you're well. Looking forward to this game. Important game, isn't it? We know how massively important it is. A big game as well. Let's hope that we can produce a really good performance, but ultimately get the 3 points. That's what we need today. And if we do that, I'm sure we'll be in a great position. Won't we? Anthony Taylor's a referee, by the way. Not that it matters who the referee is because they all hate us anyway, don't they? But anyway, he is a referee today. I say Leicester are without Jamie Vardy, of course, who's been a little bit of thorn in our side, hasn't he, over recent years. He always seems to get a goal against us. But he's not playing today. He's injured, so that's good news. We need to take advantage of that. They've got Kelechi Iheanacho actually has come in to the team up front. I'm maybe a little bit surprised that Patson Dakar didn't get a start. He's got a good goal scoring record for Leicester this season. He's played a lot of the European games and stuff like that. He's scored a few goals, so I'm sure he may come on and make an impact later. And of course, Lookman as well. He's a dangerous player, isn't he? But and of course, a little bit surprised that Yuri Tielemans on the bench. Of course. Player that we've sort of been linked with, although I don't know how serious those links are, but he's a very good player, isn't he? Yuri Tielemans would certainly add something to our squad. There's no doubt about that. So we're unchanged again for the is it the 3rd or 4th game in a row, isn't it, in the Premier League? Cedric Suarez keeping his place at right back. Tommy Asu isn't even on the bench again, so clearly he's still got his injury issues that he's had for a while now, which is a shame. We're good to see him back very soon. But Cedric's been playing well, so I've got no issue with him playing in this game again. He's certainly not let us down, has he? Leicester have had their problems this season. It hasn't maybe been certainly done as well as they would have done. They would have been expected to do. Of course, 2 5th-place finishes. They're unlikely to finish as high as that this season. Although they're on a good run actually at the minute, so who knows? Terry's in the chat there. He says, "Good afternoon, Richard. On another double today." Yeah, it is another double header, but anyway, I'm sure it'll be good. Christopher says, "Come on, the boys. We got to win today. Indeed, we have." And Russ says, "Let's not slip up." No, let's not slip up. Indeed, we can't afford too many slip ups. We've got some tough games coming up where there's a few games where we are likely to, or potentially rather, drop points. Obviously, Liverpool at home on Wednesday is going to be a really tough game. We know that. So yeah, it is going to be. This is a sort of game now at home to a team like Leicester, where they are in the league, although they're always a difficult opponent. It is really important that we don't slip up and drop any points here, because there's a lot of games coming up where we are more likely to perhaps drop some points, particularly some of the away games. Chelsea away, of course, as we know. Tottenham away is a difficult game for us traditionally, and of course Liverpool as well. But we are now getting ready for kick-off here. The teams look as though they've changed ends in this first half. So Arsenal will be attacking the North Bank in this first half away to our left. And usually we do attack that in the second half, don't we? But anyway, today we've swapped round. So Leicester will be attacking the clock end, which is the end, of course, where their fans will be gathered in this game this afternoon. Leicester are in a light bluey, greeny colour top and dark shorts. their away kit for this season. Quite a smart kit, has to be said. So there's no need for Arsenal to be wearing the red shorts again, as we said. So back to our traditional colours for this game. We are just about to get underway here at the Emirates Stadium. This big game, Arsenal versus Leicester. Really important game. Leicester on a good run at the minute. We're on a good run. So two teams in form, should be a good game. And Terry says there, come on you Gunners. Indeed, come on you Gunners. Let's get the 3 points today. And then we can look ahead then to the game on Wednesday against Liverpool. Another massively important game. So we are about to kick off here at the Emirates today. The later kick-off in the Premier League, of course, the last game of the weekend. And it is going to be Arsenal kicking off, so taking the goal, 2 hours left in this first half, the North Bank at the Emirates. Looks like a pretty good crowd in, actually, a few empty seats, but it is looking like a pretty decent crowd in, which is nice to see. And we are just about to get underway here at the Emirates Stadium. Arsenal kicking off, it's Martin Odegaard, plays the ball back to Aaron Ramsdale, who's outside his area, and he goes long up that far side, looking for an Arsenal head, but it is actually Soyuncu who wins that header for Leicester, who then tried to break forward down that far side with Harvey Barnes, but Thomas Partey won the ball. It's gone out for a throw to Leicester, just near about 15 yards inside their own half over on that far side. That ball was played up the line, but Aaron Ramsdale is going to come out to get this, and he is going to clear it away. Right-footed up that far side. It runs all the way through again to Soyuncu, who's had a bit of a shaky season for Leicester. You know, they've conceded a lot more goals this season than you maybe would have expected them to. That's been their issue, hasn't it? And they've maybe not quite been as fluent going forward. Vardy's had a few injuries this season. But I say they've won their last 4 games, and they'll be coming here confident today. And they did, of course, I say, win on this ground last season, drew the season before. So they've got a decent record here in recent years. So it's something we need to put right. Ben White now is on the ball under no pressure at all from Leicester. Plays it square to Gabriel and then gets it back again. Ben White for Arsenal plays it out to that far side, Cedric Suarez. So he's been in good form over on that right-hand side. A little bit of a short pass towards Gabriel. He was put under a bit of pressure there, but he did manage to deal with it. And now Kieran Tierney is going to try and bring it out. Instead, he goes square to Ben White. Arsenal playing it around at the back, trying to beat that press. But it's gone out of play over on that far side, has it? Or did Martin Odegaard keep it in? No, he didn't. It's gone out for a throw to Leicester. Again, Arsenal not really breaking through that press. They tried to play their way out of trouble. It didn't really work. Leicester now trying to come forward down that far side. Cedric Suarez now with a clearance, which is deflected off Iheanacho, I think it is. And it's gone out for a throw to Arsenal over on that far side. We've played nearly 2 minutes here at the Emirates. Arsenal 0, Leicester 0. No real pattern of play to the game yet. Cedric Suarez with that throw back to Ben White and then to Aaron Ramsdale. Also a bit of a loose touch from Aaron Ramsdale there, put himself under a bit of pressure. His long clearance just finds Soyuncu, who's had a tidy start at the back for Leicester so far. Still very early days, of course, in this game. Now it's Amati. Daniel Amati plays the ball to this near side. Leicester now trying to come forward. That was a ball in from Albrighton. Arsenal don't really deal with it particularly well. Albrighton's got it again. Tried to look for Iheanacho, but Thomas Partey is there to tidy up. Plays it into the centre circle to Martin Odegaard, and Soyuncu has come through the back of him there. Terry says there, Leicester pressing us up high. Here they are, as you'd expect them to do. And Rajendra says, hi Richard, how you doing, mate? Thanks for tuning in. A long afternoon for some of us today, won't it be? 2 games in a row. But anyway, we need to hopefully win this one first, and then we can worry about the women later. Gabriel then plays it square to Ben White on halfway for Arsenal, pops it into midfield to Martin Odegaard, into Thomas Partey. Odegaard gets it back, plays it into the centre circle to Gabriel. Arsenal aren't really making too many inroads forward at this moment in time. Thomas Partey now plays it to Odegaard. Again, to Cedric Suarez on that right-hand side. Cedric Suarez again. And now Arsenal get a force back. We haven't got any inroads into that Leicester half as yet in this game. A long ball played forward there, looking for the run of Lacazette. He's done well, actually, Lacazette. He's got the wrong side there of Amati, I think it was. Goes back to Odegaard, into Saka on the edge of the penalty area. Bukayo Saka tries to thread the ball through, looking for the run of Granit Xhaka, I think it was, popping up there inside the penalty area. But the ball ended up running through to Kasper Schmeichel. That was our first real attack of the game, looking pretty a little bit more dangerous in that final third there, Arsenal. But Leicester now back in possession inside their own half with Daniel Amati. Plays it up this near side to Mark Albrighton. he goes back to Luke Thomas, the defender. Sorry, no, it isn't that. He's Ricardo Pereira, actually. And Amati that time goes back to goalkeeper Schmeichel and then out to Soyuncu. This is Luke Thomas over on that far side, the left back for Leicester, but that's a loose pass. It's gone out of play for a throw to Arsenal. In fact, it was Dewsbury Hall, who sounds like a rugby player, doesn't he? Kiernan Dewsbury Hall. Sounds like he should be maybe playing rugby from private school, but anyway, he is Leicester's midfield player. They're having a good season for them, actually. Young player come through their academy system. Now it's played to this near side. Kieran Tierney looking to get forward, but instead he's forced back to Gabriel. Arsenal not really got going in an attacking sense at all as yet, just being patient now. Cedric with that long ball forward, he was looking for the run of Martinelli, who was coming in from that left-hand side, but in the end, Leicester do tidy that up. It was Pereira, and now it's back with Soyuncu, and Soyuncu gets it back again from his partner, Daniel Amati. Now Thomas up that far side for Dewsbury Hall. Locks a long ball over the top into space behind, but that's far too far. Harvey Barnes was never going to get that. It's run all the way through to goalkeeper Aaron Ramsdale. We've played just over 5 minutes here at the Emirates. Arsenal 0, Leicester City 0. Gabriel in possession for Arsenal. Plays it to this near side to Kieran Tierney. Arsenal's left. Granit Xhaka now. The ball up the line looking for Martinelli. Well cut out actually by Ricardo Pereira. He's going to be a throw to Arsenal just outside the Arsenal technical area. Arteta doesn't get involved in this one. Instead, he leaves it to Kieran Tierney and he throws it back to Gabriel just over halfway for Arsenal. Gets it back again from Kieran Tierney and then goes square to Ben White. Arsenal keeping possession, but not really making too much impression on that Leicester defence as yet. Martin Odegaard over on that far side in that sort of inside right position. He seems to play these days. Ball played square now to Gabriel, to Kieran Tierney on this near side. Arsenal's back forward a lot of the ball. That's a good ball from Tierney over the top of the Leicester defence. Martinelli now the wrong side of Pereira. Was he caught there inside the penalty area? Anthony Taylor gives a goal kick. Martinelli briefly there got the wrong side of Ricardo Pereira. It was a good ball actually from Kieran Tierney over the top of the Leicester fullback. Good touch from Martinelli. He ran into the box. In the end, he was always kind of falling over. It was good defending actually from Pereira. They were holding on to each other. You can't really give a penalty for that. It was a 50-50. But anyway, Arsenal now picks up the ball again. Bukayo Saka. It was a good tackle on him actually by Thomas, but Saka's got in the way over on that far side. Bukayo Saka, can he get the ball across? It's come off Thomas, has it? No, it's come back off Saka. He's going to be a goal kick to Leicester, but that was a couple of brighter moments that was from Arsenal. Martinelli just got in the wrong side of the right back Ricardo Pereira briefly, and then Bukayo Saka got the wrong side of Luke Thomas, but his cross did come back off the Leicester defender and then back off Saka for a goal kick to Leicester, which they've taken quickly. But Arsenal again have picked up possession, moving the ball a lot quicker now in the Leicester half of the pitch. Martin Odegaard on the ball at the moment, plays it square to Kieran Tierney up this left-hand side to Martinelli. Gabriel Martinelli running at the Leicester defence, plays the ball inside to Xhaka. He plays it on to Martin Odegaard on the end of the box. It's inside to Martinelli, inside the box. Oh, Kasper Schmeichel's made a save. The flag's now gone up. He did look as though he may well have been offside, the Brazilian youngster for Arsenal. Brilliant bit of football that was, though, from Arsenal for the first time, really ripping that Leicester defence apart. Xhaka's ball across to Odegaard. He just dinked the ball over the top. He was just offside, Martinelli. Good touch, but actually a really good save with his legs from Kasper Schmeichel there. As Terry says there, good save. It was a good save. It wouldn't have counted anyway, but obviously Schmeichel didn't know that. And it was a very good save by the Leicester goalkeeper. Of course, we know he's one of the best goalkeepers in the Premier League. He has been for quite a number of years, over 400 appearances for Leicester. Of course, he's helped them win quite a few trophies as well, hasn't he, in recent years, unexpectedly in many ways. It's his goal kick there, which is won in the end by Thomas Partey at the midfield to Martin Odegaard. It was his lovely ball through to Gabriel Martinelli that produced that opportunity. He was offside though, Martinelli. He was just offside, but it was a lovely bit of football from Arsenal. But this is good over on that far side from Leicester, from Harvey Barnes, looking to try to get Iheanacho away. But good covering defending there from Ben White, and Arsenal now can bring the ball forward with Thomas Partey. Plays it to Kieran Tierney on this near side. certainly got his form back here, and he had a few shaky games, didn't he, earlier in the season? Lost his place as well to Nuno Tavares, but he's come back well. He's in good form at the moment, as indeed are most of the Arsenal defence, actually. They're all playing pretty well, aren't they? White and Gabriel, good partnership there. Cedric Suarez has come in recent games and done well. And I say Kieran Tierney's in good form as well. That's a long ball over the top, actually, from Ben White, looking for the run of Bukayo Saka. Again, he's got him behind that Leicester defence. He's held up briefly by Thomas. Can he get a cross in? Thomas has done well. He's forced Bukayo Saka back. Lovely play from Martin Odegaard. Saka in the box now, cuts onto his left foot. The shot there was blocked by the Leicester defender there. Was it Amata who got that block in? Actually, it was Mendy who actually got that block in there. That was good play from Odegaard and Saka there. Really nice combination between the two. Cedric now over on that far side. Back to Ben White. That was good play from Arsenal. Lovely run. Good ball. This is from Ben White over to this near side to Martinelli. Lovely touch as well from Martinelli. This near side running at Leicester defence into Granit Xhaka. And right on the edge of the penalty, finds Kieran Tierney. Kieran Tierney goes round the outside, gets a cross in, does he? It's deflected behind. It's going to be a corner to Arsenal. It was all Brighton doing his defensive work there for Leicester. Sorry, Kieran Tierney's cross there was deflected behind off the Leicester forward, and it is going to be a corner to Arsenal on this near side. We've played just over 10 minutes. It's just come up on the screen here that Leicester have conceded the most amount of goals from corners. Martin Odegaard, and Martinelli's over this. Who's going to take it? It's going to be Martinelli in towards that near post. Header comes in. It's a goal. It is 1-0. Is that Thomas Partey? It is Thomas Partey. He can't shoot, but he can certainly head the ball in from close range. Poor marking from Leicester, it has to be said. Terry says 1-0. Russ says 1-0. Indeed, it is 1-0. Really poor defending. That was a good corner from Martinelli from this near side. Arsenal's left in at the near post. And Thomas Partey, completely unmarked, headed the ball home as absolutely easy as you like. And as Terry says there, Thomas Partey, indeed it was his second goal of the season. Couldn't really miss, could he, from there? It's his second headed goal, actually. So he can't shoot, but he can head the ball, which is good to see. And it is, of course. It is, of course, 1-0 to the Arsenal, as Russ says there, easy as you like. Indeed, it was a very easy goal, header from a corner. We just said Leicester have conceded the most goals from corners this season. They've just conceded another one. Arsenal have got the early lead, 10 minutes. Well, we've played 11 and a half minutes now. The goal was on 11 minutes. 1-0, Thomas Partey. He did, of course, get the opening goal in the victory over Aston Villa early in the season. His other goal, Terry says they're dreadful defending. It was. That's been Leicester's problem this season, hasn't it? They've conceded far too many soft goals. And we don't concede too many, do we now? So we're in a great position at 1-0 up in this game. Rajendra says they're 1-0 to the Arsenal. Indeed, 1-0 to the Arsenal it is. We just played the little song there, which is always nice to hear, the famous chant for Arsenal. Leicester now looking to get an immediate response, but Arsenal defended well over on that far side. Cedric Suarez plays it square to Ben White and back to Aaron Ramsdale inside the Arsenal penalty. He goes long into the Leicester half, but there's no Arsenal player there. So Soyuncu deals with this quite comfortably, pops it in to Mendy in midfield. And now James Maddison, who's not had a lot of the ball so far in this game. Mark C says there, time to Partey. Indeed, it is time to Partey. It's time to Thomas Partey. And that was a nice header from him. But I say really, really poor defending from Leicester from that corner. You have to say a free header at the near post. And he managed to find the near corner of the net. Also coming forward again, looking for the second goal. Granit Xhaka tried to thread it through to either Martinelli or Lacazette, but in the end, it went between the two of them, and it's gone out for a goal kick to Arsenal, to Leicester, sorry. We've played 13 and a half minutes here at the Emirates. Arsenal 1, Leicester 0. Oh, I've not played the score, have I? I do apologise. I didn't really sort that out for you now. Arsenal 1, Leicester 0. There we go. Thomas Partey with the goal after 11 minutes. Easy header from a Gabriel Martinelli corner from this left-hand side. So Arsenal in front of the North Bank have taken the lead in this game very, very early. Indeed, it is. I'll say the start of a big week for Arsenal. Of course it is, isn't it? We've got these 3 games, of course, between now and Saturday lunchtime. This one at home to Liverpool, on Wednesday, and then Aston Villa away on Saturday. Difficult. You have to say it's difficult. Martinelli now's got the wrong side of the defender. Martinelli inside the Leicester penalty area. Martinelli going through. Oh, he was held up there. Actually, good defending. In fact, I think again the linesman's flag's up for offside against the Brazilian. He's been offside twice now, but that's twice he's almost got in. I'm not sure if he was offside there. Actually, it was a very tight one. He was the wrong side of the fullback, Pereira, but he wasn't. Maybe one of the other defenders, the other side, was playing him on. But anyway, it was given as offside. Now Leicester can come forward themselves, looking to try to find a way back into this game. But as I say, we've got a tricky couple of games coming up after this as well, haven't we? With Liverpool, I say on Wednesday, title chasing Liverpool, won their last 6 or 7 in the league, haven't they? And then of course we go away to Aston Villa. Although they did lose today at West Ham, they've been on a decent run of form. It's going to be a difficult game at Villa Park as we look to continue this run that we're on at the moment. Xhaka then has just conceded a free kick for a foul on James Maddison. All that talk earlier in the season, wasn't there, of Maddison or Ødegaard? I did a video actually on the channel about it, saying that Martin Ødegaard was probably the right one for us, and that has proven to be the right choice that we made there. I don't think it was really. Were we really going to sign James Maddison? I'm not sure if we were. But anyway, Leicester have now got another free kick over on that far side. Or have done. The referee, in fact, is allowing play to go on as Leicester are still in possession with Luke Thomas over on that far side. He finds Dewsbury Hall and is now back with Soyuncu. Arsenal leading 1-0. We've played nearly 16 minutes at the Emirates. It's been a decent 16 minutes for Arsenal. We've had a lot of possession and we created 1 or 2 problems for Leicester before the goal. And then the goal as well. But now Leicester looking to come back into this game. But that was a ball out that far side looking for Harvey Barnes. We know the quality that he's got. He is one Leicester player I would quite like us to be interested in. Very, very good young player, Harvey Barnes. Of course, he did get a serious injury, didn't he, about a year ago playing against us at King Power Stadium, of course. And the injury has kept him out of the Euros and kept him out for the start of the season as well. But he's back. He's in good form now, isn't he, Harvey Barnes? And we have to definitely be having to keep him quiet for the remainder of this game if we are going to come out and get the victory that we need. Terry says the refs from VAR didn't have a very good day yesterday, some atrocious decisions, but they've not had a very good season, let's be honest. But anyway, let's have a look and see what happens to the referee in this game. Anthony Taylor, there was a foul there by Martin Ødegaard on Mendy, the Senegal midfield player for Leicester. Leicester have got a free kick which they've now taken. Ball's over on that far side. It's back now in Soyuncu, plays a long ball forward, but Kieran Tierney's got that all day long. Absolutely no problem at all. He plays it back to Aaron Ramsdale. Again, Leicester trying to high press us, but we're actually passing it well at the back, getting it out of the press. This is Granit Xhaka now, plays it in to Thomas Partey inside the centre circle. Now, Martin Ødegaard over on that far side. Plays it out to Bukayo Saka. Is this going to be a chance for another goal for Arsenal? Saka inside the penalty area. He's got Cedric Suarez, pulls it back. Lacazette at the near post. Bukayo Saka can't get it out of his feet. Xhaka shot, charged down, comes back out to the edge of the penalty area. Thomas Partey with an effort. Oh, he's in the woodwork. Thomas Partey, I don't know if that was a crossbar or a post. Almost a second goal for Thomas Partey. That's probably the nearest he's come with an actual shot this season. He's coming forward again now, Partey, but that ball into Ødegaard. The 1-2 didn't quite come off, but Arsenal again have picked up the ball. Playing with a lot of intensity at the moment, Arsenal. Kieran Tierney now on this near side. He's got Gabriel Martinelli outside him. Martinelli now, can he get a cross in? He can, but it's deflected by Pereira, but only as far as Thomas Partey. Granit Xhaka from distance. His shot's blocked. But Thomas Partey's effort there hit the woodwork. Unless the player's gone down, actually, following that shot. It's Mendy. That shot from Kieran Tierney hit him. But it was Thomas Partey's effort. That's much more like it from Thomas Partey. Cedric Suarez pulled it back. We had a couple of opportunities there. It came to Granit Xhaka. His shot was blocked. He played it back to Partey, got it out of his feet, curled it round. It hit the top of the post and the crossbar. That was unlucky from Thomas Partey. Maybe he has been practicing his shooting. It was the outside of the post. Kasper Schmeichel acted as though he had it covered. I'm not sure if he did, if we're totally honest. It did curl in quite late at the outside of the post. As Russ says, it hits the post. Yeah, it was kind of the corner of the post and the crossbar, wasn't it? And Terry says, what's happened to Thomas Partey today? Well, who knows? He's got 1 goal and he almost got a second there, didn't he? Which would have trebled his goal tally for the season in, less than 20 minutes of this game. There's a break in play at the moment because of that injury to Mendy. Ian Nacho's come over to get a drink. There's some conversations going on with manager Brendan Rodgers and Kolo Touré. Of course, good to see him back at the Emirates as well in his coaching capacity at Leicester. And he gets a little applause there from the Arsenal crowd. Fully deserved as well, of course, one of the Invincibles. There's a couple of them now, isn't there, in dugouts across the country, of course. Patrick Vieira, the most famous one at Crystal Palace. We've got Kolo Touré, I say, at Leicester as a coach as well. Edu, of course, has got a role at Arsenal, as we know. So there's a few of them still involved in football in the Premier League, which is good to see. Cedric Suarez now plays it to Odegaard up the line to Bukayo Saka. He does a good turn there, Bukayo Saka. That's lovely play. He's running at this Leicester defence. This will be a great goal if he goes on his own. Was he brought down on the edge of the penalty area? Referee says no, but Arsenal want it back anyway with Martin Odegaard. Pings it to this near side. Martinelli. He's got Kieran Tierney outside and Martinelli inside. Tries a shot towards the near post. Good save from Kasper Schmeichel. Was Bukayo Saka clipped there as he ran into the penalty. There's a lovely turn. He got past Luke Thomas. He's given Luke Thomas quite a lot of problems. Ran to the penalty area. Oh, there was a double challenge there. It looked like it was Soyuncu and Mendy. Not sure if any of them got the ball either, but anyway, it wasn't given as a penalty. And Leicester can now bring the ball forward, but not very far. Arsenal again have picked it up. That was good play though from Bukayo Saka. Lovely turn, lovely run. When he's running with the ball, he's very difficult to get it off him, isn't he? And Leicester couldn't in the end. But it came to nothing. And now Leicester coming forward themselves with Ricardo Pereira. They haven't really threatened at all yet, have they, Leicester, in these opening 21 minutes, halfway through this first half. It is now over on this near side with Ricardo Pereira, plays it back into the middle to Mendy. Leicester just inside Arsenal's half, trying to find a way through. That's a good ball forward, actually, over on that far side towards Dewsbury Hall, I think it was, but good play now. Harvey Barnes in possession for Leicester right on the edge of the Arsenal penalty area. He's played out to Dewsbury Hall, whipped cross in towards the near post, but Aaron Ramsdale's there. No problem at all for the Arsenal goalkeeper. In fact, it was Luke Thomas with that cross getting forward there. He struggled a bit defensively with the pace and trickery of Bukayo Saka so far, but he got forward there and managed to get across him, but it was far too close to Aaron Ramsdale. And Arsenal there can build up from the back again with Gabriel. That goal from Thomas Partey, second Arsenal goal, has given us the lead in this game. It came after just 11 minutes. A simple header at the near post from a Gabriel Martinelli corner from the near side. And Arsenal had one or two other moments as well. Partey has hit the outside of the post with a curling effort from the edge of the box. And we've had one or two other efforts. Leicester haven't really got going in an attacking sense yet at all. We've created a few heart-in-mouth moments with some of our passing at the back. But anyway, we are now bringing it forward with Ben White in the two. Lacazette just inside the Arsenal half over on that far side, looking for a bit of support. He finds Bukayo Saka. And then he pings the ball over to this near side to Kieran Tierney. Plays it on to Martin Odegaard, Martinelli, sorry. He tried to play a 1-2 with Granit Xhaka, but in the end, Leicester managed to get the ball back to Kasper Schmeichel. And now Leicester have got a little bit of opportunity here to run forward through the midfield with Keenan Dewsbury. Oh, that's a good ball to the far post. Is he onside? Oh, it was a good save. Harvey Barnes it was with the effort. It was a great ball, actually, from Dewsbury Hall. Pinged it over to that far side. It looked as though Harvey Barnes has got just the wrong side of Cedric. He was onside as well. Timed his run perfectly. A lovely first touch. And good save in the end from Aaron Ramsdale at full stretch. That was Leicester's first real threat, actually. A good ball from Dewsbury Hall. A nice touch from Harvey Barnes. That's a good save, actually, from Ramsdale at the near post. And it is going to be a corner to Leicester, their first corner of the game over on that far side. A great ball from Dewsbury Hall and a lovely effort from Harvey Barnes. But this is a corner now in towards the near post. Ramsdale punches it clear, gets good distance on that punch as well, almost towards the centre circle. Good save that was from Ramsdale. He was quickly off his line, kept himself big, and Harvey Barnes could not find a way around him. And of course, we said Harvey Barnes could be the danger because he's in good form at the moment, isn't he, Harvey Barnes? But it was a good save. And Leicester coming forward again, they'll certainly be lifted by that opportunity there, their first real effort at goal. Terry says there, Ramsdale looking more confident this week than against Watford. Yeah, he was a little bit shaky at times against Watford, wasn't he? He did, of course, concede 2 goals. But that was a much more confident save there. And also, I say the punch clear as well from the resulting corner as well. So that will give him a lot of confidence, hopefully, for the rest of this game. But Leicester now starting to come back into this a little bit. They've had a good spell of passing. They're coming forward again down that far side. Again, this is looking good for Leicester. All Brighton's in the middle. Oh, the ball's come loose inside the penalty area. James Maddison. Oh, good tackle that was. Was that Granit Xhaka there with a tackle inside the penalty area on James Maddison as he was about to slot it into the empty net? Great defending. And now Arsenal on the counter-attack. Martin Odegaard plays the ball to Martinelli inside the area. It's going to be 2-0. Martinelli shots blocked from Amati. A chance at both ends there. Leicester close to the equaliser. It was a cross from Harvey Barnes, pushed out by Ramsdale. It fell to James Maddison. Good feet inside the area, but a great tackle on him. I'm sure it was Granit Xhaka made that tackle to prevent him from slotting home the equaliser. And at the other end, Martinelli's shot there on the counter-attack for Arsenal was blocked by Amati. It's been quite a lively little spell in this game. Both teams having chances. Arsenal are still 1 up, 26 minutes nearly played here at the Emirates. That ball's played over to his near side towards Gabriel Martinelli, but it's overhit. It's going to go out for a goal kick. But James Maddison there must have thought he'd equalised, or he was just about to equalise. It was good play over on that far side from Leicester. Really good link-up play there. The cross came in, pushed out by Ramsdale. It came to... What a great tackle that was inside the penalty. We'll have to see who that was. Was it Ben White or was it Granit Xhaka? It just looked as though he got past Martinelli there. In fact, it was Ben White with the tackle. Brilliant tackle from Ben White that was there inside the penalty. He gets that wrong and it's a penalty or it's a goal either way for Leicester. So brilliant play from Ben White that was actually. Now Harvey Barnes again coming forward down that far side, looking to get past Cedric Suarez. He's had a little bit of joy in the last few minutes. Harvey Barnes over on that far side for Leicester. They've definitely come back into this game in the last 5 minutes or so. They've had a couple of opportunities now to get the equaliser. Ramsdale's made one good save and a good tackle from Ben White. Leicester again coming forward across towards the far side, but that's too close to Aaron Ramsdale. Nice and comfortable there for him. Again, it was Luke Thomas's cross that lacked accuracy. And Arsenal now can look to build an attack of their own. Thomas Partey, the goal scorer, in to Granit Xhaka. Plays it back to Gabriel. It's been a decent opening 27 minutes here at the Emirates today. Entertaining game. It is 1-0 to Arsenal, but it could have been 2 or 3 more goals at both ends, actually. 1 or 2 good opportunities. Leicester almost getting the equaliser, as we said a couple of times there, but Arsenal now looking to come forward over on that far side. Bukayo Saka moves into the middle now, finds Kieran Tierney. He's got Martinelli outside him here on this near side. Gabriel Martinelli, can he cut? He cuts back inside. Can he get across in? No, he's twisting and turning, trying to find an opening for Arsenal. The Brazilian plays it into the penalty area, but it's cleared away by Soyuncu up as far as Iheanacho, but he loses out and the ball's going to go all the way back to Aaron Ramsdale. You're not sure where this game's going to go at the moment. Both teams look dangerous when they attack. Kieran Tierney now for Arsenal on this near side. That's a good run from the Scotsman. Can he get a cross in? He pulls it back instead to Martin Odegaard. Nice reverse pass. Bukayo Saka inside the area. Can he get a shot away? Bukayo Saka's shot is blocked by Thomas. It falls to Cedric over on that far side. Gives it back to Saka. This is good play from Arsenal. It's a lovely ball from Odegaard. It was just before to give Saka that opportunity. Plays it back inside to Granit Xhaka. Pings it to this near side to Kieran Tierney. This is good play from Arsenal. Really building up a little bit of a head of steam. Can we get a second goal? Cross comes in from Tierney. It's headed away by Amati. And then Pereira completes the clearance. But only as far as Granit Xhaka. This is looking good for Arsenal. This is good play. Granit Xhaka again. Plays it square over to that far side to Ben White. Plays it in to Martin Odegaard, who's having another good game for Arsenal. Plays the ball in there to Lacazette. It's a nice turn from Lacazette. A shot from distance. He got a lot of power behind it, but it was a little bit too close to Kasper Schmeichel, who was never going to let that go past him from there. Good turnover from Lacazette. He's hit it well, but it was far too straight. No problem for a goalkeeper of Schmeichel's quality there. And it remains at 1-0 coming up to the half an hour mark. Gabriel has now gone down for Arsenal with what looks to be a facial injury. It's a yellow card for Iheanacho for what appears to be an elbow as he does a jump for that ball. We might see a replay of that now. First yellow card of the day to Kelechi Iheanacho, and Gabriel has gone down. Let's have a look at that again. In fact, it wasn't. They were just running away together, and he's put his arm out, Iheanacho, and he has caught Gabriel in the face. The referee, Anthony Taylor, is getting his yellow card out for the Nigerian Iheanacho. That's his first yellow card of the season, actually, and he doesn't seem very happy about it. When you look at the replay, you have to say you can't really put your arm up against somebody like that. So probably a fair decision. Terry says there, Odegaard looking good again. He is, yeah, he's looking very good again. He's a lovely player to watch, isn't he? Very smooth, the way he moves around the pitch, the way he passes the ball. Very, very nice to watch. Very good player. I felt as though in some of the earlier games in the season, he maybe didn't quite have as much influence in games as we would have liked him to have had. But certainly in recent games, he's had a lot more influence, hasn't he? He's been very, very good. And he, again, today is having a very good game. Prompting quite a few Arsenal attacks, which is of course always good to see. But it is only 1-0 still, and I say Leicester have had one or two opportunities themselves, as we've said. So this game certainly isn't over by any means. We're still going to have a lot of work to do if we are going to get the 3 points that we so desperately need. Anyway, Gabriel's back on his feet again, following that little incident there with Iheanacho. Did get a yellow card. Lacazette now pings it back to Granit Xhaka, plays it to Kieran Tierney on his near side. Kieran Tierney trying to get past Ricardo Pereira, and he hasn't managed to do so. And it is going to be a goal kick to Leicester. Rajendra says there, we need a second goal soon, as we are again defending indeed. Terry says there, good job, Gabby, as a footballer, not a boxer, the way he went down. He did go down quite easily there, Gabriel, didn't he? But anyway, Rajendra says they're letting Leicester back in it. Now, we're letting Leicester back in it, but to be fair to Leicester, they've stepped up their game, haven't they, in the last 5 or 10 minutes? And you know, there's much down to them just playing a little bit better than they were. They've got their passing going a little bit better. They're looking to get Harvey Barnes more in the game. They've maybe targeted Cedric Suarez as a weak link maybe for us at the back, which I'm not necessarily sure if that's true. I think he's been playing well lately, but that seems to be what they're targeting, getting Harvey Barnes in on Cedric Suarez. It's given them 1 or 2 opportunities, Leicester. And I think that's as much down to them playing better than us dropping off. You know, I still think we're playing pretty well, but Leicester have just improved in the last 10 minutes. Harvey Barnes again in possession over on that far side. He's definitely the danger man for them, isn't he? Very, very good player he is. Dewsbury Hall now. This is good play again from Leicester, but Cedric Suarez this time should be able to tidy that up. Gets into a little bit of trouble actually on that near side. Now Harvey Barnes has been presented with the ball, tries to get past Thomas Partey. It's a good challenge actually, and Partey bullies the ball off of Dewsbury Hall as well. Great defensive play from Thomas Partey. He's certainly in good form at the moment as well. When we talk about Martin Odegaard's influence, Thomas Partey as well is gaining more and more influence by the week, isn't he, in this Arsenal side. Throw there from Thomas, not really clear particularly well that time from Thomas Partey, but Ben White should complete the job now, and he does. And that's actually, he's found Bukayo Saka. I'm not sure if he meant it as a pass or a clear. So Martin Odegaard glides past one Leicester player, plays the ball up the line, looking for Bukayo Saka, but it's just going to run away from him. Again, Martin Odegaard looking to prompt another attack for Arsenal. He's certainly been probably our best player in the last few games overall. Tony sees in the chat there. Afternoon, Richard. How do you do, mate? Thanks for tuning in. Hope you're enjoying the game. It's been entertaining, isn't it? You know, we've scored, and there could have been a couple of goals either end since that goal went in. Actually, Leicester have had a couple of chances. We've had a couple of chances. Partey's hit the post. Aaron Ramsdale's made a good save from Harvey Barnes. James Maddison was denied by Ben White. So, you know, it could easily be 2-2 actually, perhaps in opportunities. But anyway, it is 1-0 to Arsenal, which is the most important thing. Leicester in possession again. down this near side. Mendy now in possession. It finds James Maddison very deep actually for Leicester. That's where we want him to be. He plays the ball out to the Turk. Soyuncu gets it back again. James Maddison. He was looking to play a ball over the top for the run of Iheanacho. Instead, he plays it shorter to Dewsbury Hall. And now it's to Thomas over on that far side. Back into Dewsbury Hall again for Leicester. They're enjoying some good possession here. Iheanacho drops deep. Then lays the ball back to Soyuncu. He's actually looked pretty solid so far in this game. That's a long switch to this near side. That's a good ball actually to Ricardo Pereira. That's a good take from the Portuguese fullback there, but his cross is blocked by Gabriel Martinelli, working hard for the team defensively there as well. They've taken that throw quickly there. It's going to be Mark Albright and finds Pereira again. James Maddison tries to find the return ball to Pereira, who manages to keep it in. Arsenal don't deal with that particularly well. And it is now a corner to Leicester. Arsenal, Gabriel trying to let the ball run out. Him and Martinelli got a little bit of a muddle there. Leicester did keep the ball in, but in the end, Martinelli did put it behind for a corner to Leicester. This one's on the near side. It's a second corner for Leicester in this game. We're now, almost 10 minutes away from half-time. Arsenal 1, Leicester 0. It's been a good first half of football, actually, but Arsenal's still in the lead. But this is a corner now, which Albright is going to take from this near side. Leicester looking for this equaliser. Played it short into the near post. Not a great ball back to him. The cross comes in. It's blocked by Lacazette. It's gone behind for another corner. Not quite sure what Leicester were doing there with that set piece. Anyway, they've got another opportunity here again. They play it short. Albrighton has got another opportunity now to cross it from the edge of the penalty. It's in towards the edge of the 6-yard box. Header comes in. What a save from Ramsdale. That was a fantastic one-handed save from Ramsdale. Remember that save he made away at Leicester. Brendan Rodgers there applauding at the Arsenal goalkeeper. That's the second great save against Leicester he's made. A good cross actually by Albrighton, that was. To the edge of the 6-yard box. A header again from Harvey Barnes. That was going in the top corner. That's a great save with his right hand from Aaron Ramsdale. Looked like all day long that was the equaliser there. Good save. It was actually quite close to him when you look at the replay. It was still a great save though. One-handed save by Aaron Ramsdale. And Brendan Rodgers there said, wow, you could see for that save. It was a great save. A good header from Harvey Barnes. Unless we've got another corner. They are piling the pressure on a little bit at the moment. It's whipped towards the edge of the 6-yard box, but that's far too close to Ramsdale. That's the second good save Aaron Ramsdale's made in this first half to keep Arsenal in front. Leicester will feel a little bit unfortunate they're losing this game, you'd probably say, on the overall balance of the chances, certainly in the first half. Leicester have had 3 really good opportunities now to score, and they will feel very, very unfortunate to be behind. But that was a fantastic save, actually, from Ramsdale. A strong right hand managed to push the ball over the top there, that close range header. And Arsenal do still lead 1-0, but maybe slightly fortunate to still be ahead, you could say. Anyway, Marty now for Leicester brings the ball up this near side to Albrighton. It was his cross that led to that last chance there. Plays the ball forward looking for Iheanacho. Hasn't really got involved in this game at all. The Nigerian striker for Leicester. He tends to drift out of games quite a lot, but then he'll suddenly appear with that left foot of his and smacking a goal. So we do need to watch him, but he's had no influence at all. He's barely touched the ball, the Nigerian for Leicester. This ball played to the near side to Albrighton again. Plays it in to Pereira. Now back to Mark Albrighton. He's been a mainstay of that Leicester side since the title success, hasn't he? Doesn't always start as many games these days, but he's still a good player, Mark Albrighton. That was a good cross he just put in there. He's back on the ball again. Plays it back to Amati. And square now to Soyuncu. Leicester are having a good spell, actually. They finished this first half well. Have Leicester and Harvey Barnes in particular. He's had 2 of those chances for Arsenal. Arsenal again trying to play their way out of trouble, and they do really well. Odegaard's done well there. It looked like he was fouled. The referee says no, and we play on. Leicester in possession again with Pereira. Finds Mark Albrighton again down this near side. Plays it in to James Maddison. Certainly not had anywhere near the influence in this game that Martin Odegaard has had for Arsenal. Obviously, it's playing in a similar position, but Leicester coming forward again now with Mendy. He's got some space over on this near side. It plays it out to Pereira. Ricardo Pereira plays it back to James Maddison. Now he's in a good position. James Maddison plays it out to Albrighton on this near side again. Pings the ball in. This is good play from Leicester. James Maddison now again on this near side. Can he get a cross in? Granit Xhaka is ahead of him. trying to stop the cross. He has stopped the cross. It goes back instead to Mendy, but Leicester keep in possession. They are finishing this half on top, Leicester. Maddison plays it square to Iheanacho, lays it off to Mendy, gets it back again. This is good play from Leicester. They're moving the ball well. Pereira now, James Maddison trying to create an opportunity. A good cross around the edge of the 6-yard box. There was no Leicester player attacking it, and Cedric's had to put that behind for another corner. What a great ball again from Leicester. That was James Maddison that time with that whipped cross from this near side, curling away from Aaron Ramsdale on the edge of the 6-yard box. Good header across there from Cedric, covering well. Rajendra says there we need to stop those balls from Albrighton. Yeah, we do, and that one there we needed to stop from Maddison as well. But Leicester got another corner. This time it's over on that far side. It must be their third or fourth corner already. And this is another dangerous moment for Arsenal. We are now, 5.5 minutes away from half-time. Corner played to the far post this time. Here's a 6-yard box. It's headed back into the danger zone. Again, Arsenal do manage to clear it away. That was a header there again from Ben White, but not very far. Leicester again. That's a good ball actually over to that far side. Brighton's over there now. Again, gets a cross in. This time it's Granit Xhaka at full stretch, gets it away, but there's no Arsenal player up the pitch, and Leicester can easily pick the possession up again with Ricardo Pereira. He pings it to Mendy. Now Dewsbury Hall. Leicester are certainly having a good spell here in this game. We are now 5 minutes away from half-time. Arsenal do still lead 1-0. But it's been a long time since we've got the ball anywhere near the Leicester goal. It is currently with Kasper Schmeichel, although that's more because Leicester have played it back that way. Arsenal have forced Leicester back a little bit now, but they're coming forward again down this far side. They play well, Leicester. That's Harvey Barnes. Plays it off to Soyuncu. Now to Thomas. Back to Soyuncu. And he swings it to this near side. I don't think that was quite what he intended. But Ricardo Pereira will pick the ball up anyway for Leicester. And he goes back to Daniel Amati, the Ghanaian. Of course, it is his fellow countryman, Thomas Partey, with the only goal in this game so far. I'm sure they'll speak about that on international duty in a few weeks' time. Discuss the bad marking from Leicester and a great header from Thomas Partey. But anyway, unless Arsenal win this game, it may not be something we need to worry too much about. But that's a good ball again for Leicester. Finds Albrighton on this near side. He's had a good influence on in this game in the last 10 minutes. Maddison there plays it into Iheanacho. Iheanacho does well to keep the ball from Thomas Partey, and Leicester do keep possession now. Soyuncu. We're now into the last 4 minutes of this first half. It's been a decent first half of football, but Leicester have got on top in these last 10-15 minutes. Dewsbury Hall now has the ball taken off him by Bukayo Saka. 2 young English players there in combat. Lacazette there, but he loses out. He took too long, actually, and then he fouls. Oh, that was actually a nasty one. I think that may well be a yellow card for Lacazette. He did go into the back, but is it Albrighton? It is Albrighton. Lacazette had the ball taken off him by Albrighton. He was a little bit slow to react, and then that was a hard challenge, actually. He hasn't got a yellow card. It is a free kick, though, to Leicester. A little bit of frustration maybe from Lacazette there for giving the ball away to Albrighton. But anyway, it's a very central, this free kick for Leicester, midway inside the Arsenal half. It is James Maddison over the ball. Obviously, it's too far out to shoot, but we know he's dangerous from set pieces, Maddison. If he gets this ball right, Arsenal could be under a little bit of pressure as we head towards half-time. Maddison with the free kick over to that far side. That's a good ball. Ball played in over the top of Aaron Ramsdale by Soyuncu, but it's gone over the top of the crossbar. A great ball that was from Maddison to that far side. Looked for a minute as though he'd overhit it, but actually it sort of faded out like a good goal shot. And Soyuncu needed to pull that back across the goal, actually. Instead, it's come off his shin, and it's gone over the top of the crossbar. And another opportunity for Leicester goes begging. They've had a few decent opportunities in this first half, it has to be said. But so far, they haven't managed to take one, fortunately, for us. And we do still lead 1-0 with 3 minutes to play until half-time. Don't forget, coming up after this game on the other stream is the Arsenal women away at Brighton. That's a really big game now after Chelsea's late victory today. Puts them 2 points behind us with a game in hand. So it's important that we win this game against Brighton later. But that's coming up after this here. Now, Maddison again, a lot deeper, picking up possession for Leicester, trying to dictate the play for them. That's a good ball played up the line, but well cut out actually by Cedric, and Arsenal now have got an opportunity to maybe launch a counter-attack. We haven't even been in the Leicester half much in the last 15 minutes. And I'm sure we'll just be happy now to see this out until half-time, which is about 90 seconds away, plus stoppage time. There won't be too many stoppages. There's been that one injury earlier on, and actually Gabriel was down for a while. So we maybe have 2 or 3 minutes, but it won't be an awful lot of stoppage time. Kieran Tierney now plays it back to Gabriel. Arsenal just looking to see this down until half-time with this 1-0 lead intact, which would be a decent result from Arsenal, considering how well Leicester have played. And we get away with one there. Looked like Bukayo Saka was lost possession, but actually he was fouled. And it is going to be a free kick to Arsenal. We are now into the final minute of this first half. It's been a good first half of football, and certainly from a result perspective, it's a good result for Arsenal at the moment, leading 1-0. But we've maybe rode our luck a little bit in this game. You have to say Leicester have played well. They've had a few chances. Aaron Ramsdale's made 2 brilliant saves, actually. And we do still lead 1-0. That's a long ball over the top. They're looking for the run in behind of Bukayo Saka. Good defending, actually, by Thomas, but Arsenal have picked the ball up. Martin Ødegaard now over on that far side as we head towards stoppage time at the end of this first half. Thomas Partey dinks the ball forward, looking for Granit Xhaka. Oh, he did win it back again. Thomas Partey's been everywhere in this first half, it has to be said. But that ball's come off him there, and it is going to be a goal kick to Leicester as we move into stoppage time at the end of this first half. Let's see how much stoppage time is going to be. Only 1 minute. Oh, it's a bit less than I thought. Only 1 minute of stoppage time. So hopefully now we can see this through until half-time with our lead intact. And we'll need to be better in the second half, though, won't we? Because Leicester, I say, have probably had the better of this first half overall. We had a good start, got the goal, but we've allowed Leicester to come back into it. And Arsenal, in fact, are going to play. It would have been a free kick. Granit Xhaka now. We've got an opportunity for a counter-attack. Kieran Tierney down this near side for Arsenal. Whips across in towards that far post, but there's no Arsenal player there. In fact, it stays in, does it? Soyuncu hooked it clear. In fact, it was Thomas who hooked it clear. Bukayo Saka was coming in. Is a throw to Leicester. It must have gone off the Arsenal player. And we are now looking at the last few seconds here of this first half. Cedric Suarez convinced it was his throw. It isn't. It's not going to matter now because it's in the Leicester defensive third. And we have played the minute of stoppage time. I'm sure as soon as the ball goes into play, the referee will blow the half-time whistle. And in fact, he does. It is half-time. And it is Arsenal 1, Leicester 0. Entertaining half of football, maybe not quite so comfortable for Arsenal. It was Thomas Partey with a goal after 11 minutes. It was a corner from Gabriel Martinelli from his near side. Very poor marking from Leicester. And a header at the near post from Thomas Partey. Second goal for the club to give us the lead. But after that, it was pretty much all about Leicester chances. Harvey Barnes was denied by Aaron Ramsdale twice, actually. The second one from his header was a really, really good save, actually. A fantastic save from Ramsdale to keep it at 1-0. James Maddison was denied by a great tackle from Ben White as well. So, yeah, Leicester will feel a little bit unfortunate to be losing. We're going to have to play a bit better in that second half if we're going to see this over the line, because Leicester have had 1 or 2 good chances, as we said. Terry says, let's just hope Arteta gives his half-time talk in the wrong dressing room. Well, I mean, let's hope that we come out for the second half in a little bit better, because I say we were that second period of the first half, we were a little bit fortunate to still be winning 1-0. Aaron Ramsdale played well today when we've needed him, which is good to see. And let's hope that in the second half he doesn't have to have as much to do. Henry's in the chat. They're doing Henry. Thanks for tuning in. He says, please don't be too comfortable with his 1-0 lead. No, we can't afford to be too comfortable with a 1-0 lead, because as we've seen, 1-0 leads are not always easiest leads to hang on to, are they? And I say Leicester have had some chances. And I'm sure we'll play better in the second half. We're going to have to if we're going to see this over the line, because I say Leicester have played well. And I say they will probably feel a little bit unfortunate to be losing, but they are losing, thankfully. And as the game goes on at 1-0, Leicester will have to take a few more risks going forward, and then we'll have an opportunity, hopefully, on the counter-attack to come back and get a second goal, maybe seal it. But we'll see what happens. I mean, it's still obviously early days in this game. We're only at half-time. We are 1-0 up, and let's hope that we can stay, keep this lead and possibly add to it as well in the second half. We'll have to see exactly how it goes. But yeah, it's been a difficult first half for Arsenal, but we've negotiated it pretty well. We're 1-0 up, and that's what we want. If it finished like this, I'm sure we'd all be pretty happy, even though it will be quite nervy the longer it goes on. Of course, Rajendra says there 1-0 at the last minute is much better. Well, yeah, I mean, hopefully it might still be 1-0 in the last minute. Who knows, or maybe 2 or 3-0. Terry says there, refreshments, peanuts, ice cream, chocolate, tea or coffee. Anyone? Only one Yorkie bar left. Well, I'll have the last Yorkie bar then, Terry, if that's all right. I've got a nut allergy, so peanuts are no good. Yeah, I certainly would have the last Yorkie bar if it's going. That would be very, very nice, actually. What I might do is I might grab mine. I might have mine at the end of this game, just before the start of the women's game. So that will be what I might well do. It's a bit too early for me now, just because I've got a long way. Still got a long way to go tonight until about 9 o'clock. So, but yeah, so we'll maybe hang off on that for now. But do save it for me for later, because I'll definitely want it later on. Maybe say after this game. But yeah, it was a good first half of football. I thought it was a good game to watch. There were chances, some good football from both teams, and some goal malfaction. A goal for Arsenal, some good saves from Aaron Ramsdale, and Arsenal hit the post as well, of course, from Thomas Partey. So yeah, it has been a very, very good first half of football, and so far so good in terms of result as well, because we're winning 1-0, and if it finishes like this, we will be fine. Rajendra says, have a cup of tea. Yeah, again, I might wait until the end of this game. In between the two games, I'll have maybe 5 minutes or so to grab a cup of tea and a chocolate, and I'll probably do that in between the games today. These double watch-alongs are quite hard work. It's a lot to do, but it's worth it, as long as engaging with you guys as well is always good. And hopefully as well, can maybe find a couple more subscribers from somewhere to get me to 900 today. I think we're 3 away. So if you are new here, you are watching, you've not maybe been around the channel before, we do cover the Arsenal women and the Arsenal men on this channel. Probably the best coverage of the Arsenal women that you'll find from any other channel, any other Arsenal channel, certainly on YouTube. So please subscribe if you haven't done so. See if we can get to 900 today. So we are here for the duration of this game and the women's game a bit later as well. Although I think what will probably happen is whether it's on a different stream, the women's game. So I'll shut this one down, jump onto the other stream. And Terry says there, have a Swift vodka. Yeah, there was a few vodkas going on the Arsenal Women's Show on Friday, wasn't there? Which obviously Andreas was drinking, of course, as we know. Although he said it was water, but we know the truth. So yeah, and Rajendra says refresh the voice. Yeah, I'll wait till after this game, and I think I'll do something then. But yeah, it was. They're just showing the goal again. Really, really poor defending from Leicester, has to be said. Thomas there went too far, lost his man, and Pereira couldn't get there either. Good header from Thomas Partey. Good movement from him as well, from the far post to the near post. It was good movement there. It was a good delivery, and he got his head on it and turned it into the net. A nice goal from Thomas Partey, second headed goal for Arsenal from close range, that one. And that's the difference between the sides. Well, I say that's the difference between the sides. It probably isn't. The difference between the sides has probably been Aaron Ramsdale with those 2 brilliant saves, which I'm sure they will show some replays of very shortly as well. They're just showing the Thomas Partey effort that hit the bar when Xhaka was close, and then Thomas Partey did well, hit the outside of the post. And at that stage, it looked as though Arsenal were going to go on and maybe win this game pretty comfortably. But after that, you have to say Leicester have come back into the game pretty well. And I say Aaron Ramsdale's been pretty much the star for Arsenal, hasn't he? With those 2 really, really good saves. And hopefully, I say he won't have much to do in the second half, and we can get a second goal and see this out comfortably, which would be nice if we can. But anyway, as long as we win the game ultimately, whether that's 1-0, whether it's 2 or 3-0, it doesn't matter too much, as long as we get the win. But we know Leicester are difficult opposition, and so we haven't beaten them here at the Emirates for quite a number of years, for 3 years since the last time, nearly 4 years actually. 2018, wasn't it, our last victory against Leicester here at the Emirates. So yeah, we need to do a little bit better in the second half if we're going to get this a win I say, you know, Ramsdale's had a good first half, you have to say, and Brendan Rodgers' reaction to that save from Harvey Barnes' header was good, actually. And he did give our goalkeeper a good round of applause for that save. He should be used to seeing good saves, shouldn't he? Because he's got Kasper Schmeichel as his goalkeeper, and he certainly made a few in his career, hasn't he? But he'll be disappointed, Brendan Rodgers, with the nature of conceding that goal. But we're delighted, of course, with that Thomas Partey header. And he's had a very good first half, Thomas Partey, has to be said. In fact, no one's played badly for Arsenal. It's just that... oh, have I frozen? I'm not sure what's happened. I don't know if it's me that's frozen. Can you still hear me, or is it just the camera that's frozen? I'm not sure what's happened. I don't know. Oh no, it's my camera that's frozen. Right, okay. Let's see if I can sort it out. I think you can still hear me, can't you? I just don't think you kind of can see me. Oh, right, that looks better. Is that better? Yeah, we're back. Right, okay, cool. Terry says, yeah, I can hear. Yeah, I think it was just the camera that decided not to work, as opposed to the sound as well. Anyway, Terry says our problem is that we clear it and it's coming straight back as we're defending with all 11 players and need someone up front to hold it up. It is coming straight back. I say I don't really want to criticise us too much. I thought Leicester played really well, actually, for those last 15, 20 minutes of that first half. Yes, they did pin us back and we found it difficult to get out of our half. But ultimately, I think that was as much down to Leicester playing well, you know, bringing their A game in. And I thought we defended reasonably well. But, yeah, they've had some chances. And we are going to have to play better in the second half if we're going to win this game. You know, I think if Leicester get 2 or 3 more opportunities of the nature that they did in that first half, you'd imagine one of them will go in. We can't keep hoping that they're not going to score the more chances that they get. So I do feel as though we are going to have to play better now in the second half. We're going to have to keep possession of the ball better. We're going to have to take the game a little bit more to Leicester, and prevent them from having these chances. And if we do that, I think we'll win. But Leicester have been a threat. Harvey Barnes in particular, we need to sort that out. We need to stop him getting those chances at that far post. Well, it'll be the near post in the second half, won't it? But we need to stop him getting those chances, him getting the ball. And Maddison's had more and more influence as the half's gone on, and we need to kind of watch that. But I think overall we've played pretty well. I think Erdegaard again's had a great game. Partey's had a great game. I think defensively we've looked pretty solid. Ben White's had a good game. Gabriel, Kieran Tierney's looked okay. Cedric's been slightly vulnerable defensively a couple of times. I say that's where the chances have come from. And the front three have looked really good when they've had the opportunity to get the ball and go forward. Saka's caused a young fullback a few problems, hasn't he? And Martinelli as well on this near side. Lacazette's not had too many opportunities, has he, in front of goal? He had that one shot from about 25 yards, which was a comfortable save. So everyone's playing all right so far, but we need to step it up a little bit in the second half because, Aaron Ramsdale has probably been a standout performer in that first half, hasn't he? With those 2 outstanding saves that he made, which has kept us in it. So yeah. Let's hope for a little bit better performance in the second half. Let's get the job finished. Let's get the job done, and then hopefully we can move on to Wednesday with those 3 points and us back in the top 4, because we know how difficult that game is going to be against the title chasers, Liverpool. Of course, it's an important game for them as well, isn't it? We know they're not going to just turn over and let us win that game either. We're going to have to be at our best if we are going to beat them on Wednesday. So, yeah, we can't afford to drop points today. And so far, you have to say, so far, so good. At half-time, we are 1-0 up. And let's hope that we can add to that in the second half. Actually, I'll put it on here as half-time. There you go. There we go. Oh, my camera's froze again. Don't know what it's doing. Anyway, we will sort it out again. There we go. So yeah, there we go. Let's put it on at half time. 1-0 to Arsenal, which is good. So we'll be getting ready for the start of the second half very, very soon. And I say, let's hope it's going to be a slightly better half from Arsenal in terms of the way that we play, because I do feel as though we've lost control of the game that we had in the early sort of first 10 or 15 minutes. We got the goal. I thought we were all over them at that point, and then we did drop off a little bit, and unfortunately they have got back into it. We've had that comment already. Terry says there, we need Pepe on. Not really. Just wanted it to be the first to say it. Well, someone will say it, I'm sure. I won't say at the moment that we necessarily need Pepe on. We'll have to see how the game develops as things go on. I mean, if we're still winning 1-0, would we really necessarily want Pepe on at that point? I'm not sure. But anyway, we shall see what happens with that later on as things go on. Rajendra says Pepe and ESR. Well, ESR is obviously going to come on, isn't he? You'd imagine. I'm not quite sure exactly how fit he is. He is out on the pitch warming up throughout half time. He's got 9 goals in the Premier League this season, of course. Looking to get that 10th one in the league. Oh, didn't he get? Has he got 10 in the league? Is that right? Has he not scored 10 in the league already? Anyway, he is our top scorer in all competitions this season, and I'm sure he'll be looking for more goals if he can get the opportunity to come on. He's got a few off the bench this season, hasn't he? Quite a few. So let's hope he can get a few more, and yeah, we can go on and get the 3 points. Of course, don't forget, as I say, coming up later on this evening, in about an hour, actually, we'll be going live with the Arsenal women away at Brighton. That's going to be a big game, that is, for Arsenal women. When the team news comes in, I will bring that to you as well. And we'll be going there at, say, 6:30 this evening for that game as well, full coverage of that. The teams are coming out now for the second half. Leicester leading the way in that sense. They're not leading the way in the game, of course, but they are coming out first. Arsenal in their little section of the tunnel just by the changing rooms. They're about to come out in a minute as well. Leicester are coming back out, led by Kasper Schmeichel. They'll certainly feel they're in this game, won't they, so far? The first half performance that they gave there, they will feel that they're still in with a chance of getting something from this game. So we know we're going to have to play well. Harvey Barnes has been their standout performer for me. Terry says there, to be fair, I wouldn't know who to take off. They're all playing really well. No, they are playing pretty well. Yeah, most of them are playing well, as I said. And it's now going to be a matter of looking at, as the game develops, really what we need, whether we need to keep possession more, whether we need to get the ball higher up the pitch, what we're going to need, really, the substitutions, really, to look at. But we'll see how the game develops. At the moment, let's leave things as they are, because the game's going pretty well, isn't it? We're 1-0 up. And Terry says, gutted Chelsea beat Villa 1-0. Yeah, I was gutted as well. Last minute goal. We need somebody to take points off Chelsea women, don't we? At some point in the next few games. Let's hope somebody can. Villa came close today, but not quite able to do it in the end. A sloppy goal they conceded, didn't they, in injury time. So, yeah, that was a shame. Anyway, we are about to get underway for the second half. Leicester are going to kick off, attacking the goal to our left, which is the North Bank at the Emirates. Soyuncu with a long ball forward. Again, looking for danger man Harvey Barnes, but that goes all the way through to Aaron Ramsdale. So we are off and underway for the second half here at the Emirates this afternoon. Arsenal are 1-0 up in this game, and Bukayo Saka looking to get forward down this near side, but unfortunately the ball has gone out for a throw to Leicester, and we've played 30 seconds or so of this second half, and it's been, I'll say, a reasonably satisfactory result from Arsenal so far, but there's still a way to go. and let's hope that we can come back and get the victory. Just had a few issues there with me screen. I do apologise. Anyway, it looks like Arsenal got a free kick actually. Got off again. Let's see. I do apologise for this. Should be back now. But Arsenal got a free kick. Ben White and Ricardo Pereira getting in a little bit of conversation, shall we say, over on the far side of the penalty area there. And Daniel Amati there trying to calm it down. But also got a free kick on this near side. Cedric and Bukayo Saka over it. Cedric takes it short to Bukayo Saka, runs at Leicester defence. Martin Odegaard from outside the penalty area, dinks it in. Good header away actually from Mendy, I think it was. In fact, it might have been Iheanacho actually defending that. Kieran Tierney over on that far side for Arsenal. Ball played in towards the penalty area. Flick from Ben White from the penalty spot there. Flicked it towards the goal. It would have been optimistic to have scored with an effort like that. He has stayed forward from the free kick. The little flick, and he put it wide of the post. And it's a goal kick to Leicester, which they've taken quickly, and the ball's all the way through to Aaron Ramsdale. Terry says that would have been a good 1-2 with the linesman if he hadn't put his flag up. Indeed. Anyway, Arsenal now back in possession over on that far side. Kieran Tierney on the left finds Granit Xhaka, plays the ball over the top looking for the run of Martinelli. He's found Martinelli, a good defending actually from Ricardo Pereira, and Leicester now can come forward themselves, and then Granit Xhaka gives away another free kick with a foul on Mendy. Memphis Mendy, of course, the Senegal international. But Arsenal now won the ball back. Martinelli trying to find Kieran Tierney on that far side. Instead it finds Granit Xhaka. Martin Odegaard now very central. Plays the ball in to Bukayo Saka, but he's crowded out there by two Leicester players. But Odegaard now turns, runs at that Leicester defence. He's got Cedric Suarez outside him. Cedric Suarez gives it back to Odegaard, plays it square across the box towards Granit Xhaka, but it's good defending actually from James Maddison. Nipped in and just took the ball away from Granit Xhaka as he was going to prepare to line up a shot. And Leicester now in possession with Dewsbury Hall, plays the ball up the line. I think that went out, did it? I think it has gone out for a throw to Arsenal on this near side. It was Dewsbury Hall with that ball up this near side. Terry says that Odegaard is showing his class now. He is, yeah. He's took a little bit of time, hasn't it, for him to sort of settle in and really show his best form. But now he's really influencing games, isn't he? That's what I wanted to see. We knew he was good enough. He had the ability, but I just felt sometimes he didn't influence games enough. But now he is. And he's producing some really, really good performances, some good football as well. Kieran Tierney now in possession for Arsenal over on that far side, plays it back to Aaron Ramsdale. Goes to the edge of the penalty area. Now he's going to kick it long up that far side, looking for Granit Xhaka, but it's overhit. Granit Xhaka caught the ball. He said he'd caught it after it had gone behind. But I think the referee may well have said it was still in, and he's given a free kick, is he, to Leicester? Or is it going to be a throw? But he's given a free kick, the referee, for handball against Granit Xhaka. He did catch that ball from the goalkeeper, Ramsdale, right on that line. It looked as though it had gone out, but anyway, it was a free kick to Leicester. But anyway, they do play the ball over to this near side. Thomas plays it back to Soyuncu, gets it back again. Young Luke Thomas goes long up the line looking for the run of Iheanacho, but Ben White's across there to put it out. We played 5 minutes of the second half. We're just going to see that again. Was it out? In fact, I don't think it was, actually. But anyway, lucky maybe not to get a yellow card, actually, wasn't he, for a deliberate handball. But anyway, Leicester now coming forward with Harvey Barnes. A good block there from Gabriel. And now Arsenal on a counter-attack. Martin Odegaard, lovely play again from the Norwegian. Now Granit Xhaka is running forward. He needs to pull outside him. He's got it from Martinelli. Martinelli goes past one challenge, goes past two, gets to the byline. Martinelli, this is a great run. Can he put it across the box to Lacazette at the near post? He can. Lacazette's blocked out. We've still got the ball. Cross comes in. It's a shot from Saka. Oh, Schmeichel at full stretch makes the save. Almost a second goal there. Good play from Granit Xhaka as well in that. Martinelli before that. Brilliant run from him down that left-hand side. Got to the byline. Lacazette was just crowded out of the near post. The ball came back in again. I think it may have been Bukayo Saka's shot from Granit Xhaka's cross. Pushed out by Schmeichel at full stretch. It's Saka again. Lovely ball in towards Lacazette, but it's just overrun. And it's going to come through to Kasper Schmeichel. Great play that was from Martinelli initially at the start of that run. He went past two Leicester players like they wasn't even there. Brilliant play from him. Got to the byline. Pulled it back to Lacazette, who was just crowded out by two Leicester defenders. And then it was Bukayo Saka's volley into the ground, pushed away by Schmeichel. And that's the best chance Arsenal have created since the early stages of this game. It was Bukayo Saka on the end of it. But a good save from Kasper Schmeichel to keep the score at 1-0. We've played 51.5 minutes here at the Emirates. Arsenal are still 1-0 ahead. Looking for that second goal, which would certainly make us all breathe a little bit more comfortably. But Leicester are in possession again with Soyuncu now coming forward for Leicester. Plays it to this near side to Thomas. Up the line to Dewsbury Hall. Cedric Suarez comes in there. And I think it's going to be a throw to Arsenal on this near side, which Cedric is going to take. Brendan Rodgers, they're not happy with that decision. Having a chat to the fourth official. But Arsenal took the throw quickly to Ben White and then back to Aaron Ramsdale. He goes across the goal to Kieran Tierney over on that far side. Plays it in to Thomas Partey. He just lays it back to Gabriel. And now Ramsdale. Arsenal just comfortably keeping possession. Ramsdale's ball into midfield to Lacazette. Lays it off to Partey. Now out to that far side to Kieran Tierney. Now plays up the far side to Gabriel Martinelli. He's got Granit Xhaka ahead of him. He finds Granit Xhaka. Granit Xhaka's kind of held up briefly, but keeps possession. Finds Martinelli again. Goes in between two Leicester defenders. Draws the foul. And it will be a free kick to Arsenal over on that far side. Gabriel Martinelli there. Done well. Tried to get between the two Leicester defenders there. He was caught. A mixture of Mendy and Ricardo Pereira, and it is going to be a free kick to Arsenal in a pretty dangerous area over on that far side, right in line with the edge of the penalty area, about 10 yards in from that far touchline. It's going to be Martin Odegaard, I think, who may well deliver this ball. And I think Leicester are about to make a substitution as well. So he's going to come on for them. I think it might be Patson Daka. Who's going to be coming on anyway. Let's see what happens here. It's going to be a free kick to Arsenal over on that far side. Cedric and Odegaard are over this. This is an opportunity for Arsenal to get that second goal, which may well seal the deal for Arsenal. Who's going to take this? Will it be Cedric or will it be Odegaard, a left footer or a right footer? You'd imagine it's going to be Odegaard. In fact, it's going to be Odegaard swinging over his left foot to the near post. Leicester don't really deal with it. Shot comes in, a good save. Oh, the header from Thomas Partey is cleared off the line. Almost 2-0. Good save from Kasper Schmeichel, that was. Arsenal appealing for a handball. Not quite sure who it was. It was a good save from Kasper Schmeichel. And then Thomas Partey's follow-up header was cleared off the line by Thomas, I think it was. And now Arsenal have got a throw over on that far side. Great save from Schmeichel. He's now made a couple of good saves in this game as well. Arsenal appealing for a handball against a defender in the box. It has gone to VAR. Let's have a look. Did it come off Soyuncu's hand, that header from Thomas Partey, the follow-up? And then it was Thomas gets it off the line, Luke Thomas. Not sure if he touched it there, Soyuncu. And if he did it make any impact on the ball not going into the net? You'd have to say, if he gives a penalty, you'd have to give a handball. I'd have to give a red card, sorry. He did have his arm out, actually. Be interesting to see the outcome of this. He may well have brushed against his arm. It may well have done. If he did, surely that's going to be a red card, because you'd imagine that's took a little bit of sting off the ball to allow Thomas to get there. And if he has done, then I've got a feeling it may well be a red card for Soyuncu and a penalty to Arsenal. Let's see what the decision is. They're certainly taking their time over at VAR. It did brush against his hand, you have to say. Did it make any difference to the ball going in or not going in? that's going to be perhaps the crucial decision on this. I don't think there's any doubt it's come off his arm, because it certainly did come off his arm there. The first header, in fact, the first shot, it was Ben White. Great save from Schmeichel. Did that prevent the ball going in or not? I'm not sure. This is going to be a big decision in this game. It could well be the deciding factor. If it's a penalty and a red card, surely that will be 3 points for Arsenal. We have now got a decision. In fact, he's going to go. The referee's been told to go and look at it. This is interesting. Usually when that happens, that tends to be because they feel he's got the original decision wrong. Terry says there, that's a pen has got to be. It does touch his hand. I don't think there's any doubt it touches his hand. It's just that by touching his hand, does that actually make any difference to the ball going in or not? I don't think it does. I think Thomas clears that anyway. I think it does. I mean, yes, you could say it's a handball. It is a handball. It touches his hand. It does. And the referee's obviously discussing it with VAR. This is such a big decision in this game. Does that stop it going in? I don't think it does. Is it a penalty? It's a tough one, isn't it? You'd feel a bit hard done by if it went against you. And he's given the penalty. He has given the penalty. Wow. The referee has given a penalty. Now, will he give a red card as well to Soyuncu? This is perhaps the next decision. I think a red card would be harsh, actually. It's quite a soft penalty for us. He's got a yellow card in his hand. I think it's going to be a yellow card for Soyuncu. In fact, it is a yellow card and a penalty to Arsenal. Soyuncu doesn't look too happy about it, it has to be said. But anyway, it is a penalty on VAR. We've got the opportunity now to double this lead. It's the 5th yellow card of the season for Soyuncu. Let's see what this penalty can produce. Who's going to take it? Will it be Lacazette? He hasn't scored a goal for ages. He's due a goal, isn't he? And is this going to be the opportunity for Lacazette? In fact, it is going to be Lacazette against Kasper Schmeichel, who's still talking to referee Anthony Taylor about that decision. So a VAR decision goes Arsenal's way. A little bit of history here at the Emirates today. And let's have a look and see. Kasper Schmeichel is trying to delay the penalty. He's very slow to get onto his goal line. He just had a little face-off there with Lacazette. Lacazette hasn't scored in the Premier League for quite a while. Since the penalty at Norwich on Boxing Day, I think it was the last time he scored a penalty. They've all gone to the goalkeeper's left. The last 3 penalties he's taken, they just show this season. Is Lacazette going to make it 2-0 to Arsenal? Lacazette against Schmeichel. He's gone the other way and he scores in the top corner. It is 2-0. Very, very good penalty that was from Lacazette. A really, really good penalty. Kasper Schmeichel is complaining about something. I'm not really too sure. Terry says 2-0. Lacazette, indeed. Finally, a decision our way. Yeah, finally, it was a decision our way. And it wasn't a clear-cut one either, was it? It took ages for him to reach that decision on that penalty. Schmeichel is still not very happy about it. But anyway, it has been given and my camera's gone off again. But it was a very good penalty. A very good penalty from Lacazette. Gave Schmeichel absolutely no chance in that top corner to Schmeichel's right. He went the right way, the goalkeeper, but he couldn't get anywhere near it. And he was in complaining about something. Not quite sure what he was complaining about. Anyway, Schmeichel had made a good save in the build-up to that. It was in a handball from Soyuncu before Thomas cleared it off the line. And Terry says a great penalty. Rajendra says great penalty. And Rajendra also says 2-0, 2-0, 2-0, 2-0. Indeed, it is 2-0. A controversial moment there. Leicester now do make their substitution. It's going to be Ricardo Pereira coming off and James Justin coming on for them. So a straight swap at right back. Of course, Ricardo Pereira hasn't been playing recently. He's been injured. 60 minutes for him. Indeed, he's coming on as well for Leicester, as they are now having to find a way back from 2-0 down. And I think it's Mendy that's gone off. Indeed, it is Mendy. So 2 like-for-like changes there for Leicester as they find themselves 2-0 down. Brendan Rodgers not really going too much into attack, is he? He's got Dakar, Perez and Lookman on the bench as well. Anyway, he's made those 2 substitutions now for Leicester. Let's see what difference that makes. But we have played after that long delay for the VAR decision. We are now back up and underway. Arsenal 2, Leicester 0. Lacazette with that penalty following the handball from Soyuncu. Leicester now need a response if they're going to find something. But Arsenal now are looking to get full control of this game. That's a good ball from Odegaard for Saka on this near side. A little bit of space for Bukayo Saka. Coming towards the inside the penalty area now, comes onto his left foot. He's going to get a shot away. He does get a shot away. It's deflected into the arms of Kasper Schmeichel. I haven't got a 2-0 theme, Majanda. I've only got 1-0, haven't I? Oh, you mean the over and over and over again theme? Oh, yeah, should we do that one? Oh, there you go. That one there, 2-0. That's all we've got. That's about the best we can do, I'm afraid. Anyway, Leicester coming forward now on that far side, looking to try to get a goal back. That cross into the near post, easily dealt with by Gabriel. And Arsenal remain at 2-0 up and heading back into the top 4. If it stays like this for the next half an hour or so that remains, it's going to be a fair chunk of stoppage time just for that VAR check, actually. Harvey Barnes now has not had any influence at all on his second half, following a decent first half from him. A good first half from Leicester, actually. But anyway, Arsenal weathered the storm and have now got that second goal. James Maddison now for Leicester plays it into the substitute. Ndidi dinks it over the top, looking for Iheanacho. It just ran away from the Nigerian. It's gone into the arms of Aaron Ramsdale. And it remains at 2-0 to Arsenal. Pretty comfortable at the moment, it seems to be, for Arsenal. But a goal back for Leicester would make a massive difference to how the rest of this game plays out, wouldn't it? We have still got, say, just under half an hour to play, plus a big chunk of stoppage time is bound to be. It must have took them 5 minutes to come up to that decision. That's a poor ball, actually, from Cedric Suarez. Leicester have picked up the ball. Indeed, that's what he's been brought on for, to win that ball back. Now Marty and Albrighton with a cross towards the far post to Harvey Barnes. Can he keep it in? He can. Leicester now. Well, Cedric Suarez there with an unconventional tackle on Harvey Barnes, but he won the ball. And now Leicester are going to win a throw on this near side. Harvey Barnes gets to his feet with a wry smile. And Marty now plays it square to James Justin, who's replaced Ricardo Pereira. Now Soyuncu, of course, did get that yellow card for the handball that led to the penalty. Harvey Barnes again on this near side, looking to take on Cedric Suarez. Plays the ball inside. Good covering from Odegaard. And now Arsenal got an opportunity for a counter-attack. This is brilliant football, actually. Odegaard plays it in to Martinelli. Thomas Partey is making a lung-busting run into the box. Instead, Martinelli's got Saka over on his near side. Bukayo Saka on the edge of the penalty area into Lacazette. Oh, it wasn't a good ball, actually. And Marty was able to clear it. Arsenal didn't really make the most of that counter-attack there, has to be said. Good play from Iheanacho, actually. That's a good ball. And suddenly Leicester have got a man over. This is James Maddison. He plays it out to that far side. A shot comes in. It's deflected. And it's going to go through to Aaron Ramsdale. Leicester this time claiming handball. It was all Brighton's shot. And in the end, the shot came in there from Albrighton. It's hit Ben White on the chest. And it was comfortable there for Aaron Ramsdale. Terry says, hey, Richard, you need Matt to sing a 2-0 chant for you. Yeah, I'll have to see if I can find one from somewhere, maybe. But I can't have every single possible scoreline because there's so many. We'll be here forever, won't we? Just trying to come up with all the different scorelines. But anyway, 1-0 to the Arsenal is the only one we need because that's the most famous one, isn't it? That's the one everybody knows. We just have to make do with the rest as we go along. But anyway, Leicester now coming forward again in midfield. Iheanacho plays it to this near side to Harvey Barnes. Again, he's going to run at Cedric Suarez. Cuts in. That's a good ball inside the penalty area. There's a poor touch, actually. And Harvey Barnes has got an effort, has he? It was blocked, actually, at the last minute. Leicester again carving us open down this near side. It was good play again from Harvey Barnes. His ball there into Iheanacho. A lovely run, actually, from Iheanacho. He managed to get the ball back towards Harvey Barnes, but actually Kieran Tierney came across with the block and cleared the ball away. But that was another bit of good play that was. Harvey Barnes would have surely scored then. But Majandra says there, the over and over theme is great. Yeah, it's a good one. Yeah, I enjoy that. It's a good chance as well. Corner for Leicester this time, headed away by Lacazette at the near post. And now Arsenal got an opportunity for counter-attack, have they? Martinelli now on that far side. Is he going to get there? No, he's not. The ball runs out of play. And Terry says there, well done, Katie. Yeah, good bit of defending there. He had to get there, didn't he? Or Harvey Barnes would probably just slotted that in. And Majandra says, yeah, over and over theme is great for all the other scores. Yeah, we can't really do them all, can we? Otherwise, we'll be here all night with all the different scoring charts. We're trying to find some for all the other possible scores that there are. Anyway, Leicester now coming forward again. A bit like when they conceded the first goal, they've responded well. They've responded well to conceding the second goal, but ultimately they can't get one back at this stage, which is great from our point of view. Good play actually from James Justin on that far side. Good take on his chest to keep Leicester in possession. All Brighton pings it across to this near side to Luke Thomas, and he finds Harvey Barnes. That's where Leicester are going to always look for. They're going to try and get into this game. Nice ball inside to Dewsbury Hall. Leicester keeping possession now. Amati, James Maddison plays it to Soyuncu, to James, to Luke Thomas, sorry. And as Tony says there, we need to manage this game now and hit them on the break. Indeed, that's what we do need to do. Manage it well. It's all right, Leicester having possession there. They're not really putting us under any sort of pressure, and that's fine. We want to keep them at arm's length. And then, of course, we can, as you say, hit them on the counter-attack. Harvey Barnes now plays the ball back to Thomas. And Majandra says they're good teamwork in defending it is so far. But Leicester, again, enjoying a lot of possession here. This is Thomas finds Harvey Barnes. Thomas, good ball actually in towards the run of Iheanacho. Good defending actually from Gabriel. Just got his body in front of the Nigerian, and the ball has run through to Aaron Ramsdale. But that was good play that all round there from Arsenal defensively, keeping our shape well. Tony C says, let's not have another Watford. No, indeed, of course, Watford got a goal back, didn't they, very late in that game to give us a few nervy moments at the end. There's still plenty of time in this game, 23 minutes plus. There'll be a fair chunk of stoppage time as well for that VAR delay. So there's plenty of time left in this game yet. We certainly don't want Leicester to get a goal back at this point in the game, or not at all, but certainly not yet, because that's far too long for the nerves to hang on. Lacazette now trying to make a break for Arsenal, but Leicester won the ball back. Leicester have played well actually in this game. You have to say Harvey Barnes in particular trying to wriggle clear there. Thomas Partey got a tackle in, and the ball's going to run through to Aaron Ramsdale. Terry says there, this is rubbish. We need to get Eddie on. Eddie the saviour indeed. Not quite sure if it's Eddie time quite yet. I think we need to wait for that moment for a bit longer. Ben White now for Arsenal plays the ball forward up this near side, looking for Bukayo Saka, but it does run out of play for a throw to Leicester on this near side. As Leicester look to try and find a way back into this game, which certainly isn't going to be easy for them now, is it? A 2-0 down. But so they have played pretty well. You have to give them a little bit of credit for that. They've certainly responded well to the 2 goals. Ben White's now gone down, injured. Didn't quite see what happened there. Anyway, we have got a break in play. So while we have got a break in play, I'll just go through the Arsenal women's team news. It's Zinsberger in goal. Back for Emirates, Williamson, Woubermoy and Catley. Then Walty, Little and Miedemeier, Mead, Blackstenius and Ford. So Souza is injured. She's out of the team. Lotta Woubermoy comes in. On the benches, Williams, Beattie, Boy, Laura Wainroffer, Nobbs, Marnham, Iwabocci, Paris and McCabe. So McCabe's on the bench as well. That's not a bad front three. Mead, Blackstenius and Ford with Miedemeier just behind. So that's the Arsenal women's team for the game later on tonight. So we're covering that game straight after we finish here. We'll be going over all the team lineups and everything like that as well. The game's back underway now. Bukayo Saka on this near side as Arsenal looking to come forward, which we haven't really managed an attack actually since that second goal, have we? And there's a foul there on Bukayo Saka by Thomas. And it's going to be a free kick to Arsenal. We've taken quickly Granit Xhaka over on that far side. Granit Xhaka now plays it out to the far side to Kieran Tierney. Arsenal looking for the third goal, which we've surely seen it. We've got 20 minutes of normal time remaining. I say there will be a pretty large chunk of stoppage time as well at the end of this game, you would imagine, following the VAR stoppage, of course, a little while ago for the second goal. Also, back with Aaron Ramsdale. We've played 71 minutes now at the Emirates. Ben White in possession for Arsenal. Fairly comfortable possession in defence at this moment in time, which is good. And hopefully that's the way it will stay in these last 20 minutes or so. And Leicester won't get a goal, which of course we don't want them to, do we? They're coming forward again now with Iheanacho on the edge of the box. Tries a shot. It's a little bit too close to Aaron Ramsdale. Comfortable save it was in the end from the Arsenal goalkeeper. He made those two good saves in the first half, actually. Two really crucial saves as well. Terry says there, we've got a weak bench against Brighton. It's not a weak bench, is it? We've got some quality on there. Tony says there, yeah, time for ESR and Pepe. Rajendra says earlier there, time for Pepe and ESR. ESR, maybe I would say. It's never time for Pepe, usually, is it? Anyway. And Tony says there, what Super Eddie to start against Liverpool? Well, maybe, who knows? Bukayo Saka now on this near side. Try to ping the ball through to the runner, Cedric Suarez, who's now got the ball for Arsenal. Can he get a cross in? He can to the far post. There's no Arsenal player there. And it's going to run through all the way to Mark Albrighton for Leicester, who will complete the clearance. It is still Arsenal 2, Leicester 0, as we count down towards the final 15 minutes or so here at the Emirates of what's been a good Arsenal performance, a decent Arsenal performance so far. Obviously, we're winning 2-0, which is the main thing, and hopefully we can go on from this point and win the game. We've got a chance for a third goal now. Martinelli inside at the penalty area for Arsenal. Tried a little juggle there, and in the end, the ball's been deflected out for a throw to Arsenal. Ødegaard involved in that move, as he's tended to be in a lot of the moves. Leicester now making their third substitution. It is going to be Patson Daka now replacing Iheanacho up front for Leicester. He's got a decent goal scoring record, Patson Daka. And I think he's going to offer us a different sort of threat to Iheanacho, isn't he? So we'll see what he can produce for Leicester. We've got a throw now in the attacking third. Cedric, in line with that Leicester penalty here on this near side, finds Bukayo Saka. Just manages to keep the ball in, turns back inside the penalty. Finds Cedric Suarez. Can he get a shot away? He can. It's deflected off Soyuncu. And now Leicester looking to launch a counter-attack. Patson Daka there, his first effort on the ball there, but he was actually knocked off the ball straight away by Gabriel. And Arsenal now coming forward down that far side. Mark C says there, how long left? There is 14 minutes. Is it going to be a third goal here for Ødegaard? No, it isn't. We played at 74 minutes, so 16 minutes to go. There will be a big chunk of stoppage time. Let's not forget, though, for that VAR nonsense a bit earlier. That did end up going in our favour for a change. Gabriel now plays the ball back to Ben White. Plays it square to Cedric Suarez. Arsenal have got time on our side. We're 2-0 up. We can keep this comfortable possession. Try to waste a few more minutes. Martin Ødegaard now exchanges passes well with Thomas Partey. Plays it out to that far side to Kieran Tierney. Can we get a third goal to really put the seal on it? Kieran Tierney goes around the outside. A good cross towards the edge of the penalty at a 6-yard box. Lacazette's header, but he can't direct it on target. It's gone behind for a goal kick. Good attack though from Arsenal over on that far side. Kieran Tierney there went past the defender, put a good ball into that far post. Edge of the 6-yard box. Lacazette got there, got his head on it, but couldn't direct it towards the goal. And it is a goal kick to Leicester, who, if they are going to find a way to get something from this game, are going to have to score a goal pretty quickly, you have to say. Wilfred Ndidi now bringing the ball forward for Leicester. Plays it square to Dewsbury Hall. Now on to Thomas. Got a few good young players in this team, Leicester, haven't they? You can see them becoming quite a good team in the next couple of years. Emil Smith-Rowe is waiting to come on now for Arsenal in the last 15 minutes. He's just waiting for the ball to go out of play so he can come on. We'll have to see who's going to go off. So entry now for Leicester, bringing the ball forward. Leicester looking to find a way back, but Arsenal picked their pocket, and now Granit Xhaka can come forward for Arsenal. That's a good play from him. Finds Lacazette inside the centre circle. Thomas Partey put under pressure, but he does really well. He's had a great game today. Thomas Partey, you have to say. He got the first goal, and he's had a dominant performance in the midfield. He's got the ball again now. He's been strong. His passing's been good. He's even had a decent shot that almost went in. He did score with a header. And he had a shot which hit the post as well. So he's had a decent game today, Thomas Partey. You have to say he's definitely been with a shout of man of the match, I would imagine, for his performance. Thomas now, though, for Leicester, finds Soyuncu. Leicester are just getting back a little bit of possession. Arsenal have had a good few minutes spell, but now Leicester looking to find a way back. The ball actually hasn't gone out of play for a while. So Emile Smith-Rowe is still waiting to come up. It has gone out now off Bukayo Saka, and now we can make the substitution. It's going to be Martinelli to come off. He's played well today, Martinelli. Not quite his day in front of goal. He's played well, but Smith-Rowe is going to go and take that position over on that left-hand side. Arsenal's top scorer. Martinelli looks a little bit disappointed to be going off. He's getting a good round of applause from the Emirates crowd, fully deserved as well. He's put a shift in today. He's had one or two really good moments. He never really looked like getting another goal there, did he, following the great goal he got last week. It's going to be Emile Smith-Rowe to return following injury and illness has kept him out the last couple of games, but he's back now for these last 13 minutes or so that remain. What impact can he make? He does tend to score goals from the bench, doesn't he, Smith-Rowe? He's got a few this season coming off the bench. Is he going to get another one today, which would seal his victory? But Leicester now looking to come forward. James Maddison, but Granit Xhaka, he's had another good game, takes the ball off him and brings the ball forward for Arsenal. There's runners ahead of him. Granit Xhaka, he goes for a goal himself, just over the top. Not scored this season, of course, Granit Xhaka. He's be the first season he hasn't scored, actually, if he can't find a net between now and the end of the season. But that was an effort for him. It was a good run, actually. Just a shot over the top there of Kasper Schmeichel from the Thomas Partey book of shooting. That was, Terry says there, Arteta out, Eddie on. Well, maybe Eddie might come a bit later. Lacazette, again, has worked hard. Is he going to be able to run for these last 12 minutes that remain, or will Eddie get a run out? Anyway, we don't need another goal. We just need to make sure we don't concede anything and do anything stupid. Christopher says, I miss a lot today. Come on, you Gunners, and the girls tonight. Indeed, we're doing all right so far. 2-0 up is a good score if it stays like this. And that ball there over the top's too long for Leicester. Aaron Ramsdale will just see it out for a goal kick to Arsenal as we move into the last 11 and a half minutes of this game, plus what will be a fairly large chunk of stoppage time, you would imagine. Brendan Rodgers is sat back down on the bench, looking a little bit frustrated. They've played pretty well, Leicester, at times in this game. And maybe that sums up their season. They've just made one or two mistakes at the back, which has cost them. And they haven't quite been clinical enough in front of goal when they've had the opportunities. And that's why they're sitting in the bottom half of the table this season. But overall, they've played pretty well in spells, certainly. And it's not been an easy game for Arsenal by any means. And Aaron Ramsdale's had to be at his best to preserve his clean sheet that at the moment he's still got. But I'm sure Leicester will still have one or two more opportunities before the end of this game. Cedric now plays it up to Martin Odegaard on this near side. Oh, it's a lovely flick to Thomas Partey. Looked for Bukayo Saka, but it was well cut out there by Thomas. And Leicester win the ball back today. Thomas on the floor did well, actually, to try and win the attack. But now Bukayo Saka comes away with the ball. Bukayo Saka, was he clipped there? Surely that's a free kick and a yellow card. In fact, it is going to be. It's Patson Dakar, the substitute. Clipped Bukayo Saka's heel there. Looked as though Saka had got away from him. In fact, it looked like Dakar actually slips over. And he is a free kick to Arsenal, and again a fairly dangerous position actually. We, of course, the last one from the other corner ended up leading to the penalty, didn't it? Saka is now going to get back to his feet again, looking in a little bit of pain, but I'm sure he'll be fine. Terry says there, Rodgers looks well paid off. Well, he's not looking very happy, is he? But he looks frustrated because he probably knows that Leicester have played pretty well today. But Arsenal are a different proposition these days. You know, you have to play well to get anything against Arsenal. And although they have played well, they've not quite managed to do enough. And Arsenal are now 10 minutes away from going back into the top 4. And we've got a free kick here about 30 yards out, just slightly to the left-hand side of the goal. Sorry, to the right-hand side of the goal, the left-hand side as the fans would look. It's going to be Ødegaard and Cedric. Is it going to be Ødegaard again? No, this one's going to be Cedric. Over to that far side. Header comes in. It's a Leicester header that gets there. Falls to Smith Rowe. Finds Saka on the edge of the box. His shot's blocked by Sainchu, who made sure he kept his hands down by his side this time, having given away the penalty in this second half. But still Arsenal in possession. Kieran Tierney finds Smith Rowe. That shot was from Bukayo Saka there from the edge of the box. A good free kick actually from Suarez. Leicester couldn't quite deal with it. And in the end, I say Saka's shot was deflected, or it hit Soyuncu, made sure he wasn't going to handball it again in the penalty area. Thomas Partey then with a through ball, looking for Emil Smith Rowe, but good covering there from Amati. And he finds Kasper Schmeichel. Leicester now trying to build an attack from the back, trying to play through Arsenal's pressure, giving it away. Martin Ødegaard quickly in possession. He's got one or two players around him. Try to find Lacazette. Instead, it's fallen to Granit Xhaka. Now, Smith Rowe inside the penalty area. It's going to be Smith Rowe's chance for a third goal. Oh, good save from Kasper Schmeichel at the near post. Smith Rowe there looked as though he was going to find himself. Well, he was one-on-one with the goalkeeper there. Good play actually by Granit Xhaka. A lovely ball to Smith Rowe. A little bit of space. He could have pulled it back, but it was a good save with his legs, actually, by Kasper Schmeichel. Good play from Granit Xhaka and good play from Smith Rowe. Just tried to roll it in that far corner, but it's going to be a corner instead to Arsenal from that far side, which Smith Rowe is going to take. Plays it short to Martin Ødegaard. Plays it in towards the edge of the penalty area, but it's a little bit short as Suarez was coming in, and James Maddison's managed to scramble that away. Rajendra says there, Pepe needs to come on now. Maybe later. Ødegaard, and Terry says that Ødegaard is enjoying these little flicks and tricks. Here he is. He is certainly enjoying himself in this Arsenal team. In fact, they all seem to be enjoying themselves at the moment, don't they? Which is good to see. Kieran Tierney now is throw for Arsenal over on that far side. Arsenal's left, taking the clock end in the second half, as we said, but we've actually managed to give the ball away there. But Kieran Tierney wins it back and then goes back to goalkeeper Aaron Ramsdale. We've got 7 minutes of normal time left. 2-0 to Arsenal. Terry says Kasper made 3 brilliant saves today. Yeah, he's done well. I think Aaron Ramsdale's made 2 brilliant saves as well, hasn't he? So it's been both goalkeepers have done well, actually. And it has been a decent game of football with some good chances at both ends. But so far, so good for Arsenal as we move into the closing stages here at the Emirates with, 7 minutes, 6.5 minutes of normal time, plus whatever stoppage time the referee is going to add on for that. The big stoppage, of course, for the VAR check for the penalty, which finally went our way, didn't it? It's unusual that we get those decisions go for us, but we did today. And we are now looking to get what should be, hopefully now, a good 3 points. Martin Ødegaard now in midfield. Lovely link-up play there with Lacazette. Ødegaard again. The Arsenal fans giving it the Olays. Ødegaard over the top. They're looking for Lacazette. In fact, he would have got there, but it was a decent defensive header. Just took it away from Lacazette. He'd be relieved to have scored the penalty. It'd be nice for him to get a goal from open play as well, wouldn't it? Which he hasn't done in the Premier League for quite a while. In fact, I think all 3 of his... Oh, no, I was going to say he's got 3 Premier League goals. 2 have been penalties, and 1 was that goal against Crystal Palace, which wasn't a penalty, was it? But it'd be nice to see him be able to score a goal from open play as well, wouldn't it? But there's going to be another substitution now for Arsenal. Nicolas Pepe is coming on for Bukayo Saka, who's had another good game. Brilliant shift from Bukayo Saka today. He's now going off. Nicolas Pepe is coming on for the final, 5 minutes of this game for Nicolas Pepe, who's made a good impact from the bench in their last home game against Wolves, of course, when we were losing. And he scored the equaliser before we went on to win that game. And Rajendra says Pepe is on now. He is indeed. And as Tony C says there, oh no, Eddie's coming on. Indeed, Eddie is coming on. It probably will be for Lacazette, you would imagine. We don't need to go 2 up front, do we, when we're 2-0 up. in the last 5 minutes. So you'd imagine Lacazette will be coming off. He did get his goal today from the penalty spot, of course. The crucial second goal, which has pretty much sealed this victory. But Arsenal are looking for another goal maybe, but we don't win that ball in midfield. It's cleared away by Dewsbury Hall. But Arsenal pick it up again with Kieran Tierney, who's done well, and finds Ben White, who finds Thomas Partey, who's had a good game as well for Arsenal. Cedric now. Be that time to think about a man and a match very soon as we move into the last 4 minutes of normal time. There's been a few candidates for Arsenal today, actually. There's been some good performances. First touching on this near side here for Nicolas Pepe. He can't quite keep it in. And now Eddie Nketiah is going to come on, is he? No, he's not allowed to because Leicester take the throw in too quickly. And the substitution can't be made. Arteta looks a bit frustrated by that. He wants to control everything, doesn't he? He wanted to get that substitute on, but no one was having it. And it is going to be, as Terry says in the chat there, Eddie. Indeed, it is going to be time for Eddie. He's going to get a few minutes here at the end. But it is Leicester in possession at the moment, looking to find a goal back, which could possibly start a late rally maybe. And now we should be able to get the substitution made. Lacazette is going to come off. He's going to give the armband to somebody else. I'm not quite sure who it's going to be. He's giving it to Emile Smith-Rowe to probably give on to somebody else, you would imagine. But Lacazette is going off. He's had a good game today again, worked hard, got his goal. Good penalty it was he took. Another hard-working performance from Alexander Lacazette. And he is going to be replaced for these last 3 minutes of normal time by Eddie Nketiah. And he did get his goal today. And it's Eddie Nketiah now who's come on. Eddie, can he make an impact in these final few minutes of this game? As Arsenal look to seal another important victory, a 5th consecutive Premier League victory. It'll be, a 10th in the last 12 Premier League games as well. Brilliant run that we've been on since that defeat at Leicester back in December. The only defeat in this spell has been that game against Man City, and we know that we shouldn't have lost that game either, should we? If we're honest. But anyway, Maddison now in possession for Leicester over on that far side, finds James Justin. He's got the ball back again. James Maddison, a couple of Jameses there. And now it's all Brighton with a cross towards the far post. It doesn't quite reach Dewsbury Hall, but he's going to be kept in on his near side. Now it's Soyuncu, finds Harvey Barnes, plays the ball into the penalty area to Dakar. Look to get a back heel back. In fact, he's come to Harvey Barnes in the area. He managed to thread it through in towards Dakar again. He's gone down in the box. He wasn't touched, and now Arsenal have got an opportunity for a counter-attack. That's a good ball from Eddie Nketiah to Smith-Rowe, but he's held up there. And Leicester can get possession again. Tony T says there, who took the armband? Terry says, who took the armband? KT. Yeah, I think it was KT. Smith-Rowe gave it to him. I'm surprised it's not gone to Ødegaard, actually. But anyway, maybe that will come. In fact, I don't think it is KT who's got the armband. Can't see it. I can't see him with it on, actually. I don't know who's got it. Is it Gabriel? Oh, no, I don't think it is. I'm not sure. I don't think it is KT. I've just seen him. He didn't like he had the armband. Anyway, it's a free kick to Arsenal, which Ramsdale is going to take. We are now into the last minute of the 90. Well, they're looking for Eddie Nketiah, but Leicester do win it back again. If Leicester are going to get anything from this game, they are going to have to score a goal very, very quickly as we're moving into Wolves stoppage time. Dakar does well over on that far side. In fact, it is KT with the armband on for the final few minutes since Lacazette went off. But Leicester have got a free kick. And it's Luke Thomas now in possession, finds Soyuncu. It's been a strange game in many ways. You know, we've played well in spells. Leicester have played well in spells. Both goalkeepers have played well. We're going to have 5 minutes of stoppage time. It's just come up. And the man of the match has been given by Sky to Martin Ødegaard. You have to say he was certainly in the running. Thomas Partey's had a good game as well. Ramsdale's had a good game. You can't really argue with Martin Ødegaard. Again, a wonderful performance from the Norwegian, who's really becoming such an important player for this team. But Leicester now coming forward themselves. James Maddison finds Daka, but he's well tackled there by Thomas Partey, who has had a good game. Granit Xhaka's had a good game today as well. And in fact, Arsenal have had a decent performances all round. Everybody's played well for Arsenal today. There's been no weak links. And we've seen off a very good Leicester side, you have to say. A good Leicester performance it's been. But Arsenal are going to come out on top surely now with the 3 points that we desperately need. We've played a minute of the 5 of stoppage time. Maddison pings the ball to this near side to Harvey Barnes, who certainly hasn't had as much influence in this second half. Plays the ball across the penalty area. All bright. And now James Maddison, 25 yards out, plays it into this near side to Dewsbury Hall. Whips it across the 6-yard box. It's an Arsenal defender. Dewsbury Hall again. It's deflected. Goes through to Aaron Ramsdale. And surely if Leicester were going to get something from this game, they needed to score from that attack. Aaron Ramsdale has now gone down injured. I'm not sure how injured he really is. But that was a ball there from James Maddison. It found Dewsbury Hall. His shot was blocked. It then came back to Dewsbury Hall and his second shot was deflected. And it was Daka who collided with the Arsenal goalkeeper, who now gets back to his feet again, wasting a little bit more time. And Terry says there, need a clean sheet now to top it off. Tony says, where's our red shorts? Yeah, we didn't need our red shorts today. We've managed to win, well, hopefully win without them. We've played 2 minutes of the 5 of stoppage time. Aaron Ramsdale did actually win a free kick for that challenge on him, which he now takes. He's absolutely fine, as we assumed he was. That's gone out for a Leicester throw on his near side in their defensive third, which Luke Thomas is going to take. Granit Xhaka wins that header in midfield. Martin Odegaard, man of the match there. But he's won the ball back again for Arsenal very briefly. But Leicester now will come forward themselves with Ndidi, James Maddison. We are now into the final 2.5 minutes of stoppage time. Arsenal just 2.5 minutes away from regaining that place in the top 4. And we'll still have 3 games in hand as well over Manchester United and West Ham, who are around about us in the table, of course. Dewsbury Hall there tries to flick the ball through, but Arsenal win it back. Christopher says there, Richard, do you think Arteta will play the same team against Liverpool on Wednesday? Quite possibly, if everybody's fit. The only change could see Smith Rowe come in. Leicester now have an opportunity in the penalty area with Daka again, who's made a difference since he came on. It was good defended by Gabriel, actually. And the ball's run through to Aaron Ramsdale. Yeah, I think it probably will be the same team. Maybe Smith Rowe in for Martinelli, possibly. The only change I can see. But other than that, yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if it was the same team again. Everybody's fit. Everybody's playing well. Can't see any reason to change it necessarily. Terry says, them red shorts look strange. Did anyone find out why we wore them? Well, yeah, it seemed like it was a marketing thing from Adidas, putting the idea out there to see whether it's something that we want to look at going forward. Obviously, Arsenal have to have white shorts, don't we? It's our colours. We can't change it. Leicester have now got a free kick just outside their penalty area. I think it was Eddie Nketiah with a foul. And it's going to be a free kick to Leicester. We are now into the final minute of the 5 of stoppage time. You have to say it's been a good Arsenal performance today. Very professional. We've defended well when we've needed to. We've looked dangerous in attack when we've had the opportunity to. 2 goals from set pieces in the end have won us the game. Both goalkeepers have played well. And Aaron Ramsdale's now got the ball in his arms, following a header back to him from Ben White as we count the clock down towards the 95th minute here at the Emirates. Arsenal are very, very close to this 2-0 victory, which would put us back into the top 4. That's a long ball played over the top for Eddie to chase, but Kasper's there. Oh, Kasper drops the ball. Luckily, it fell to Soyuncu, who managed to give it straight back to Kasper Schmeichel. And his clearance is picked up in midfield by Albrighton. Plays it through, but there goes a full-time whistle. It's all over. Arsenal have won. And Christopher says there, didn't do the washing for the kit last week. Stephen says there, fantastic result for Arsenal. Get in there. It was indeed a great result for Arsenal. It has finished 2-0. Goal in each half. Thomas Partey with the early goal after 11 minutes headed home at the near post from Gabriel Martinelli's left wing corner. And then early in the second half, we did get a penalty. It was a handball by Soyuncu. It was a header from Thomas Partey, actually. The header was after Schmeichel made a great save from Ben White. Thomas Partey's follow-up header did strike Soyuncu on the arm before Luke Thomas cleared it off the line. Following a big gap for VAR, the referee finally awarded the penalty to Arsenal. Lacazette put it into the top corner, gave a yellow card to the Leicester defender, and that was 2-0. Leicester had one or two opportunities there, especially in that first half. A couple of good saves from Aaron Ramsdale to keep Arsenal ahead at half-time. Martin Ødegaard got man of the match, and it was indeed a very good performance from the Norwegian, who's really settling into this team now. But it was a good all-round team performance today. Everybody played well. Christopher says there, yes, well done, Arsenal. Now, come on, the Arsenal ladies. Indeed. Terry says, get in there. Indeed, get in there. Good performance from Arsenal. Good result. I say against a very good Leicester side. You've got to say they play well today, Leicester. They'll feel a little bit unfortunate to have come away with nothing. Brendan Rodgers is having some words with the referee. Clearly not happy with that penalty decision. He's shaking his head as he talks to the referee. He said he's seen it as well, and he's very frustrated, Brendan Rodgers. But anyway, never mind. Tough luck, mate. And it has finished here. Arsenal 2, Leicester 0. Yeah, a good result for Arsenal. Good performance, and a really important 3 points today, which was really, really needed after Manchester United won yesterday. We know it's going to be a tough game on Wednesday, and we know we need to come back with a good performance and hopefully get a result there as well. I think if we can beat Liverpool on Wednesday, that will really set us up for that top 4, won't it? So, yeah, really, really important victory for Arsenal today. A good performance, some good moments from Arsenal, some good moments from Leicester as well. 2 goalkeepers played well. A good game of football, actually, enjoyable. And it has finished here at the Emirates. Arsenal 2, Leicester 0. Brilliant, brilliant stuff from Arsenal. Back into the top 4, which is great to see. Thomas Partey with a first-half header and Lacazette with a second-half penalty following a VAR decision on a handball against Soyuncu. It probably was a penalty, and Alexander Lacazette slotted it away. So a good result for Arsenal, 2-0, back in the top 4. Great stuff. Thanks to all you guys for watching. If you are interested in the Arsenal women, please jump across to my channel now. I'm going to be going live very, very shortly on that one. So please join me for that. I'm just going to put the advertise the show on the channel, which is what on Twitter, sorry, which is what I need to do. So please join me for that now. The link is on Twitter. It's just going on Twitter now. So please join me for that. Just follow the link on YouTube on the channel. It's on there as well. Terry says, let's hope we don't blow it like last time when we played Liverpool. Terry says, great show, Richard. See you in 10 minutes. Phil says, great team effort. It was a great team effort. Great performance in the end from Arsenal. Right, I'm off. I'm just going to grab a quick drink, some quick bit of food, and then I will be back for the Arsenal women on the other stream. The link's on Twitter. It's also on YouTube. So please follow me over there and join me again very, very shortly when I'll be back for Arsenal women against Brighton. Another big game. Can it be another 6 points for Arsenal like it was last Sunday? Let's hope so. Join me very, very soon on the other channel. Thanks for watching, guys. Come on, you Gunners. Big win today. Well done, boys. Let's let the girls need to follow up now.